comes in for Attila Szalai. Better performances all round needed from Hungary as it's Germany who get us underway. A win will send them through to the knockout stages with a game to spare. That after Croatia and Albania drew earlier today. As Germany under pressure early doors, and Neuer has to come out and make a big save, giving the ball away inside their own penalty area. And Musiala picks it up for Germany and brings it down this right-hand side, finds Kimmich, and now they're starting to deploy those triangles. But goodness me, is he inside the opening seconds? We said Hungary needed a response from their opening defeat by Switzerland. They almost got it immediately.
My word, Neuer had to be sharp then off his line. He came out and he just got to the ball first. But Hungary have gone long already, looking for Varga in between the two centre-backs, Rudiger and Tah, just to challenge them. Now Germany have got the ball, haven't they?
Yes, played forward by Rudiger up towards Kai Havertz of Arsenal, forced away from the penalty area. And he's now midway inside the Hungary half. We'll take you through the lineups in a moment, but that is so much better from Hungary already than pretty much everything they showed against Switzerland. They did improve in the second half, but the first half was truly woeful as Germany just slowed the play down after that early scare. And Rudiger has it on halfway. Here is Jonathan Tah inside the centre circle, and we'll square it back to Toni Kroos, and out to the left-hand side he goes. And Florian Wirtz, the Bundesliga Player of the Year this season, excelling for Bayer Leverkusen, the German champions, German Cup winners, and only denied an unbeaten season by Atalanta in the Europa League final as well. Here is Gundogan, plays it back to Rudiger, and Germany again. I think that early chance from Hungary is just in their heads at the moment. They're just getting a bit of control, slowing the play down, enjoying a bit of possession, and still just inside the Hungary half. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, we were chatting about Toni Kroos and the role that he played against Scotland. He has so much time on the ball, and what he's doing here, he's dropping into a back three, and he's deep, and I think Hungary are okay with that. As long as there's pressure coming up to him, he can't affect the game from that area of the pitch. It's when he's higher, he's a problem.
Here is Jonathan Tah on the halfway line, but again, Germany really struggling to make any progress at the moment inside the Hungary half. They might do so here. Here's Rudiger. Havertz turns inside the penalty area, very well challenged, and it's played away by Adam Nodge at the back for Hungary, and now picked up by Fiola, who does well, wins the throw off Havertz over on the far side. So, Germany with Neuer, who's already been called into action early doors in goal. The back four of Kimmich, Rudiger, Tah and Mittelstädt. Ahead of them, Andrich and Kroos, with Musiala, Gundogan and Wirtz supporting Havertz up front. As we just see another replay of that chance for Roland Szalai. Broke in behind the Germany back line, who were at sixes and sevens at the back, tried to toe poke it past Manuel Neuer, who made a big save just outside his own 6-yard box, is he?
Yeah, it's a really good save from Neuer. It was Szalai who got on the back of Kimmich, who was caught napping in those opening seconds. And it could have been a goal for Hungary.
They're coming down the left-hand side now, Hungary, playing from right to left in this first half here inside the Stuttgart arena, but that cross from Andras Schäfer is cut out, and now Germany come over the halfway line with Musiala. The ball is behind Wirtz, though, won't be picked up by Gundogan, and it's cleared away by Attila Fiola all the way through to Manuel Neuer. So Hungary with Gulacsi in goal. It's been a real battle for him and Dennis de Boer in terms of who would start as number one, but he did play well actually in their defeat by Switzerland. The back three of Fiola, Orban and Dardai. Ahead of them, Boller, Nodge, Schäfer and Kerkez of Bournemouth. With Szalai, who's had that early one-on-one chance with Neuer. Szoboszlai of Liverpool, the captain, and Varga, who's in very good goal-scoring form at the moment for Hungary up front, as Germany have it midway through their own half. 0-0, 4 minutes gone, and Havertz could be in behind it towards the penalty area. He's held up by the Hungarian defence. The white shirts are back, but Havertz still has it edge of the box. Tame shot in the end, and an easy stop for Peter Gulacsi.
Yeah, it's interesting. We spoke in the first game that Hungary played against Switzerland about Kerkez, Bournemouth's left-back, who's had a fantastic season at Bournemouth, and he just couldn't get into the game against Switzerland. I'm just watching him here on this left-hand side. He's not committing forward too much too soon. He's trying to stay back. Clearly an instruction from his manager. We just keep tight to start with, and then we start getting you further forward as the game progresses.
So Gulacsi, all in yellow, takes his time over this kick inside his own penalty area for Hungary, and he takes it short, and now will launch it over the halfway line. As the header is flicked on by their striker, Barnabas Varga, and goes out of play for a Hungary throw. 7 goals in what is now 13 caps for Barnabas Varga for Hungary. He has scored in his last 5 competitive games for them, including against Switzerland in their last match, where they did manage to pull it back to 2-1 and then conceded a late goal to make it 3-1 in the end to Switzerland. Long throw by Hungary into the penalty area, looking for Varga, and it goes out of play for a corner.
That's a really clever throw-in from Hungary. It's about 30 yards out from the byline, and he's launched it into the box, and it's just the angle of the throw-in. It causes Rudiger to make a decision, because Varga's lurking behind him, because you can't be offside on a throw-in, of course. And he's just flicked it. Rudiger's got the first contact, and Hungary have got a corner. They'll be very happy with these opening few minutes.
Now, set pieces are a real strength for Hungary. They scored more goals from set pieces in main qualifying for this Euros than any other side. They didn't use it to the best advantage against Switzerland. What can Szoboszlai of Liverpool do here? Swings it in, cleared away on the edge of the 6-yard box, not entirely convincingly. Lovely little back heel by Szoboszlai to keep it alive. Szoboszlai sends it back in, breaks on this far side, and Boller's effort is deflected over and is behind for another Hungary corner. They have started this game very well indeed. That time it was Robert Andrich, the powerful central midfielder for Germany, just getting a deflection on, but Germany under the cosh here.
Yeah, the ball falls really nice to Boller on the second phase of that set piece from Hungary, and he just strikes it really well, and Andrich gets out to him first, and his body shape is excellent. He keeps his hands behind his back, he makes himself big, and Hungary got another corner.
So Szoboszlai over to the right-hand side to take this corner for Hungary. Swung in right-footed to the edge of the box, powerful header away by Jonathan Tah. Germany are deep, and Hungary can get there first and steer it all the way back to their goalkeeper Peter Gulacsi, who is midway through his own half. 6 minutes gone here in the Stuttgart Arena in southwest Germany on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, and it's Germany 0, Hungary 0. Forward by Rudiger towards halfway, will come straight back at him, and he nods it gently back to Manuel Neuer, who bowls it out underarm to Antonio Rudiger once more, who scored that very unfortunate own goal against Scotland, the only blemish on what was really a flawless night otherwise for Germany, as they have it with Kroos. Every second, every game ticking closer to that retirement that he says will come after these Euros, as the ball is played forward by Musiala. Wanted a free kick there as the move breaks down for Germany. And they eventually get an advantage played for a separate foul over on this near side, and they're coming forward once more down the left. But good organisation by Hungary and the white shirts. Germany trying to play through them. Good challenge on Musiala. You can see already that Hungarian midfield and defence. I'm sure we're watching that game in Munich against Scotland and know how well Jamal Musiala played, as Germany have it just inside their own half. They're so tight on him, aren't they? As soon as he picks up the ball.
They really are. Hungary's shape looks like a pyramid, a really wide base and very narrow in the midfield and forward area. They're just funneling Germany into central areas, and then when it goes central, they're being tight and they're winning the ball back. They're getting success.
Here goes Gundogan down the left-hand side. The Germany captain plays it once more now in field to Toni Kroos, who's midway through the Hungary half, central position, and now Joshua Kimmich on the right-hand side, pushing up from right back. Rudiger's joining in as well, and now Kroos trying to pick the pass. Havertz to Musiala, and Kimmich once more back to Musiala, but again he's well closed down. And that time by Dardai, but Germany still have it on this right-hand side. Kimmich once more, nice little 1-2 with Musiala goalless still in Stuttgart, as the ball is into the area. It's over the head of Gundogan, who's not the tallest anyway, and it goes behind for a Hungary goal kick.
Yeah, it was brilliant shape from Hungary. It's going to be a long evening for them defending like that, but really disciplined, sharp, and on that occasion Toni Kroos finding himself in a crossing position where he's much more effective. He looks for the back stick. It's Gundogan, he just can't get any purchase on anything, doesn't get near the ball, and Hungary are regrouping and taking their time with set pieces already, I can tell.
And they are being roared on by their fans, who are clustered in reds and black shirts behind the goal away to our right, as the German fans, a swathe of white with those reds, black and yellow flags starting to wave once more, respond. Great noise inside the Stuttgart Arena. Goalless in the opening 10 minutes here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Hungary have it once more. Midway inside their own half, but it does look easy. You know, we spoke about the criticism that Marco Rossi, who is hugely popular both with the team and with the fans, been in charge since 2018, so long serving, knows his players so well, very biting. You know, to say publicly, and it was after he'd had time to reflect on it as well, you know, that's the first time in 4 years I've been ashamed of my side. They've responded to that, Hungary, and they're coming forward down this right-hand side with Bendeguz Bola. Lays it off as Hungary continue to work their way forward, but good footing in the end. Dispossesses Barnabas Varga, and Germany will clear up towards halfway, and they'll win the throw as well. Midway inside their own half, 0-0.
Yeah, Bola playing right wing back for Hungary came on in the second half against Switzerland, and he had a really good impact on the game. And that's partly why Hungary had a much better second half, and he's got the nod from his manager to start this game. And you can see already the enthusiasm and the intensity that he and his teammates are playing at.
Lifted ball over the top from Rudiger, looking for Havertz, who's done really well here. Havertz, oh, what a chance! Headed behind eventually by Bendeguz Bola, but he did so well there up against Willi Orban, the experienced Hungary centre-half. Just couldn't find the finish in the end. Orban does well, gets his body in front of the ball, but Havertz is just too strong, gets in between Orban and the ball, and it's a brilliant save by Gulacsi at point-blank range, sticks out a big right hand and pushes the ball away, and eventually Bola smuggles it behind for a Germany corner, Germany's best chance of the game.
Yeah, what a save by Gulacsi, because that's a certain goal from Havertz.
So corner to Germany from the far side. Goalless here, 11 and a half minutes gone on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. The game being paid at an intense pace as the corner is swung in and it's cleared away. Nobody was tracking the run of Robert Andrich. He meets it on the volley and it's headed away on the edge of the 6-yard box. Well, in the end, Hungary's last-ditch defending paid off, but you've got to track that run from Andrich.
Yeah, there's no tracking on the run, but I think it's Bola with the clearance, because again, I'm saying that is going in the back of the net and he just stands strong and heads it away. And Germany have got another corner, Cruz on it.
And he's over to this near side. Toni Kroos raises that right arm in the air and swings it to the penalty spot. It's cleared away by Hungary just about now at the second attempt by Scholloy out of the penalty area, but they're very deep, the white shirts, and Neuer's come right outside the centre circle to collect for Germany. 0-0.
Yeah, Germany seem a little bit disorganised, a little bit rattled. They're struggling to deal with the shape that Hungary have set up in. They're being funneled centrally, and they're just taking their time, Germany now in possession, just to try and sort of figure it out. Where's the space? Cruz has come wide, Kimmich has come wide.
And here goes Rudiger, stepping forward once again from the back. Former Chelsea man as Kimmich picks it up and lays it off to Florian Wirtz. And now back to Toni Kroos once more, out to the right-hand side. And Wirtz, who's come over to this right wing now, having started over on the left wing for Germany, but he's committed the foul. And our referee, Danny Macaulay, blows his whistle. Refereed England's semi-final with Denmark at Euro 2020, awarded that controversial penalty, you might remember, to England for that foul on Raheem Sterling. Also was in charge for Germany's last 16 defeat by England in that game, and also works as a police officer, so very much on it in terms of discipline and playing to the letter of the law, as Hungary have the free kick just outside their own penalty area. It's goalless, 13 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, Scholloy putting in the left forward for Hungary, putting in the defensive yards as well. A really good play just to stop Wirtz dribbling inside, and then Hungary again taking their time on the set piece.
Rudiger will intercept, and Jonathan Tah has it just outside the D for Germany as they look to build from the back once more. Goalless here in this Group A match. We have commentary, of course, of Scotland against Switzerland following this game. And do join us for that, and also head to BBC Sounds where you can check out the Scottish Football Podcast, news, views and interviews from the Scotland camp all the way throughout the Euros. A must listen for any Scotland fan as Hungary win possession and come over the halfway line. Down the right hand side they go. Here is Bola, who's getting forward well, cuts back to the edge of the area. Scholloy will pick it up and drives a low shot in, which is blocked away by Germany. And Kai Havertz, midway through the Hungary half, will pick it up and send it back to Joshua Kimmich.
Yeah, Scholloy there, just at the back left post. The ball's fizzed across and he reads it first. He gets onto it, gets a touch, and he fires a shot. Didn't have enough pace on the shot to trouble Neuer at all, but a really good sign from Hungary again.
Here is Gundogan midway through the Hungary half, goalless here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. But again, every single Germany player, bar Neuer, now inside the Hungary half as Rudiger swings the ball into the penalty area, and a good sliding interception by Boller over on that far side. As you say, Izzy, I mean, you've just picked him out there. He's one of 2 changes that Marco Rossi's made. Thought it might be after he did so well in the second half, and he's playing really well at the moment, both defensively and offensively for Hungary. And he's on the ball now, just outside his own penalty area as Hungary win possession. And that is a beautiful ball to Roland Sholai, and the Hungary fans enjoyed that back heel from Sholai as well. This is more like the Hungary that we expected to see, you and I, when we watched them in Cologne against Switzerland, where they absolutely didn't turn up in the first half. But they've had a great couple of years. They had a really long unbeaten run, 14 games, their longest for 69 years, that ended in a defeat to Ireland just before the tournament. But in recent years, they've beaten England twice, they've beaten Germany, they've drawn with Germany. And as they have the ball midway through their own half, these Hungary fans away to our right, I think this is what they are more expecting to see. And certainly Hungary have provided a performance so far. It's goalless, 16 minutes gone, but they've given the ball away, and here comes Germany. So dangerous in these transition moments as Florian Wirtz has it. Comes down the left-hand side, approaching the penalty area, and now Musiala, left-hand side of the box, whips the ball across behind for a Hungary corner, behind for a Germany corner, I should say, to the tennis, Russell Fuller.
A sad moment as Andy Murray retires from what will almost certainly be his final Queens, moving gingerly and in obvious discomfort with every swing of the racket because of a lower back problem. He's retired 4-1 down, a double breakdown first set to Jordan Thompson, and that's the applause for the 5-time champion as he leaves Queens almost certainly for the final time.
Thank you, Russell. Real sadness and shame there for Andy Murray. Injuries once again, such a struggle as Germany play the corner into the 6-yard box, cleared away, and Hungary will get the second contact as well and send it forward, and they're off on the counter here down the right hand side. Germany getting the pink and purple shirts back as Sholai just checks and sends it all the way back into his own half. But there's a composure about the way that Hungary are playing at the moment. 0-0, 17 minutes gone.
Yeah, what they're trying to do, Hungary, is they're trying to absorb the pressure that Germany are putting on them, and when they break out of those defensive actions, they're looking to just keep the ball and rest and have a breather and build an attack. But there are moments where they're going to have to go for it. I was just watching Szoboszlai then from the centre of midfield. He just ran straight through the spine of the German team, looking to get up to the counter-attack, but they couldn't find him.
Here is Viola for Hungary. They still have it midway inside their own half. Ball is over the top. It's too much for Varga, and it's all the way through with Manuel Neuer, all in black with yellow trim on the outside of his shoulders and orange trim on the outside of his shorts. As Germany have it just outside the centre circle, and Marco Rossi, the Hungarian manager, he's Italian but also has Hungarian citizenship, which was granted last year, goes back to his technical area. He said ahead of this game, after they lost to Switzerland, people will not bet a euro or even a Hungarian forint, which is their currency. That is worth, and I looked this up, Izzy, 0.0025 of a euro on us beating Germany. So, you know, we talk about gamesmanship, we talk about mind games. He's set his stall out before this game, publicly saying they want to draw, but it's been a great start. But Germany almost connecting inside the penalty area, but Havertz's ball is just too strong for Gundogan. Can't keep it in. Hungary goal kick.
Yeah, really nice bit of play from Germany, just progressing through the thirds. And it's between Havertz and Gundogan. Gundogan actually runs over the ball. The ball arrives in Havertz's pass and he flicks it around the corners for Gundogan, who carried on his run. We've seen that so many times for Gundogan at Manchester City, those third player runs. And he just couldn't quite get on the end of it.
And Julian Nagelsmann on the touchline, who has become, in that opener against Scotland, the youngest manager in Euros history, just 36 years of age. Turns away with a little hop, skip and a jump of frustration as that chance can't be capitalised upon through the connections in the Hungary penalty area. As the whistle goes, Kimmich bowls the ball out and prepares to take this free kick for Germany. 19 minutes gone. It's Germany 0, Hungary 0 here in Stuttgart on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. All the reaction to the day's action, of course, including Scotland against Switzerland coming up at 8 o'clock on 5 Live. You can find on the Football Daily. subscribe and listen on BBC Sounds as Germany have the ball just outside the centre circle. Here is Rudiger once more. Jonathan Tah will pick it up now and send it out to Kimmich on this right-hand side, and back once more to Rudiger. Izzy Christensen.
Really tight gaps between the Hungarian units, between the defence, midfield and forwards. There's about 5 metres, which just goes to show how compact they are. Really frustrating the Germans so far.
Here goes Rudiger. Plays it forwards to Musiala on this right-hand side, and then the ball with the outside of the boot from Andrich eventually will work its way into the penalty area. Hungary make first contact, and Kürkes of Bournemouth will clear away up towards halfway, where Rudiger brings it down beautifully with that blue-grey boot. And applause ripples around the Stuttgart arena for that piece of skill as the ball into the penalty area once again, this time from Wirtz, this time looking for Havertz on the stretch, can't collect. It's a case of nearly but not quite in terms of those connections for Germany at the moment.
Absolutely, the last 2 forward passes for Germany have just not quite made it to the correct player, and it's just gone out. And that is a sign of how well Hungary are doing at the moment. They're frustrating Germany, and we're watching Nagelsmann's body language on the touchline when he's in his technical area. He's getting a little bit frustrated.
A win sees Germany through to the knockout stages with a game to spare, but with 21 minutes played, it is goalless here in Stuttgart between Germany and Hungary. And as we say, Hungary have been a bit of a bogey team for Germany in recent years. In fact, they have only beaten Hungary in Germany once in their last 6 meetings, as Jonathan Tah plays it forwards to the halfway line and picks it up once more inside the centre circle, out to the right hand side, and Antonio Rudiger, and now Florian Wirtz, who's still on this right hand side. Musiala over on the left at the moment as Havertz goes down. No free kick given by our referee. Germany coming forward again with Wirtz, and now Musiala edge of the D, dinks it in, bounces off the knee of Gundogan, and then they're trying to get it back. The whistle hasn't gone here. Hungary thought it might do. Germany should score in 2. Musiala firing in once more, and now Hungary's players surround our referee Danny Makely because they felt there was a foul in the build-up, and they almost stopped playing. Germany didn't. They kept it alive, and Musiala, having played so well against Scotland, is on the score sheet once again. VAR will have a look, we know that, but as it stands, Germany with the breakthrough in Stuttgart, 1-0.
Yeah, it's really good pressure from Germany. It's Rudiger jumping in, winning it back, puts Germany back on the attack. And you know where this comes from? It comes from Gundogan, making a third player run into the box. It looks like he might have fouled the defender that got back, but Musiala's there to blast it home again. But we're just watching a replay. It looks like Gundogan might have caught, I think it's Orban. But Musiala nonetheless finds at the back of the net again. We'll see and wait for VAR.
Yeah, there is a nudge from Gundogan on Willi Orban, the Hungary centre-half, and 2 Hungary players, Boller and Szoboszlai, looks like just stop. They put their arms up, and now the cheers around the stadium because they are checking VAR. And as you say, Musiala did his job, Germany did their jobs, they played to the whistle. But they are checking here. And the check is over, and we get underway. The goal stands. What do we think of that, Izzy?
That's interesting. That is really interesting, because Gundogan's run was fantastic. That is what caused the confusion. But he did catch Orban, the centre-back for Hungary, on his way through to the ball. Orban goes down onto the floor like he was fouled, and it could have gone either way.
Yeah, very interesting one. We've had a bit of controversy already at these Euros with VAR, and I think Hungary will be pretty frustrated with that, but you've got to play to the whistle. Everybody knows that. Whatever level of the game you play at, particularly at a European Championships, Hungary quite simply didn't. They've won a free kick just outside the Germany penalty area, and a chance perhaps just to get their heads together and respond and recover from that. As we're seeing a replay on the screen here of the goal, it is Willi Orban that is tussling with Gundogan. Gundogan does so well, squeezes it back to Musiala, and then it can't be kept out by Fiola on the line. So cheers from the Germany fans inside the stadium as they now properly get to celebrate as it's fully announced. Jamal Musiala's goal. Rudiger is still down for Germany. just outside his own penalty area, which is why Hungary haven't taken this free kick yet. But, you know, there's going to be a huge talking point. And you can watch this game on BBC One, incidentally, with Steve Wilson and Martin Keown. You can sync it up with our commentary on the iPlayer if you'd like to. But it is controversial, is it?
It is. And the boos inside the stadium with the Hungarian fans, because they've just seen that goal as well on the big screen. And as soon as the contact is made from Gundogan on Orban, that is what's annoyed them, and they know it could have gone either way.
In the aftermath as well, the Hungary striker Varga picked up a booking. We know they're being strict about people complaining to the referee. He's not the captain, he's been booked. Szoboszlai curls it in. Oh, brilliant save, Neuer! Can Hungary force it in on the line? No, they can't. What an effort from Szoboszlai! What a save from Neuer! And that save is roared around the Stuttgart arena. Hungary with the chance to force it in from close range, couple of yards out on the angle, but they couldn't do so. Neuer doing his job once again, and Hungary almost hitting back with an equaliser immediately.
Yeah, the set-piece delivery from Szoboszlai is exceptional. It looks like he's going to cross it, but he goes for goal to try and do Neuer at the near post, curling it inside his inside post, but Neuer was equal to it. And it's the second phase that Hungary nearly score off. I don't think they could have done any more, but it's almost the perfect response from Hungary.
Oh, it's all getting a little bit tasty here in Stuttgart. There's a yellow card that's been brandished towards Antonio Rudiger. I'd love to tell you what it's for, but Rudiger doesn't seem to know what it's for either.
He doesn't know what it's for either.
Possibly dissent. Let's see. He wasn't anywhere near the referee, though, so maybe something he said, but who knows? Rudiger doesn't know. He's into the book, though. And Germany have a free kick. Gundogan was brought down there midway through the Hungary half, bursting forward. Well, it's come to life in Stuttgart.
It really has. Neuer, so Szoboszlai has zipped that free kick in, really good pace on the ball. Neuer's got two hands to it, he's kept it out, and Hungary nearly with the follow-up, they managed to score, but Neuer does really well to keep it out again with his foot.
So Germany leading 1-0 as Gundogan's effort is blocked inside the penalty area. Musiala almost picks it up on this right-hand side, but Hungary in possession with Solai does well. Plays it off Kimmich, and it will be a Hungary throw. Well, plenty of talking points already here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds in Stuttgart. It's Germany who lead by a goal to nil. Jamal Musiala once again on the score sheet against Scotland, where he played so brilliantly. Born in Germany, but of course it could have been so different. He spent much of his childhood in England. He was a former England youth international and Germany as well, before opting for Germany at senior level, and already it looks as though he will be a shining star for them at this tournament, as Hungary concede another free kick on halfway, and our referee Danny Macaulay is just having a little word here. They've just got to be careful here, Hungary. They're clearly riled up about that controversial decision not to disallow Germany's goal for a foul by Gundogan on Orban, and they just need to make sure that they don't start picking up more yellow cards and more silly set pieces.
Yeah, we saw this against Switzerland from the Hungarian team. They're starting to get a little bit frustrated in the first half when they conceded, but I don't think they need to change much right now. They just need to stay in the game.
But Germany is zipping the ball around with confidence. Musiala can't take a touch and control that ball from Havertz, though, on the edge of the penalty area. And Hungary have it once more. Out to the left-hand side they go. Forward now to Milos Kerkez, and steered forward to Roland Soloi, who had that huge chance inside the opening seconds against Neuer, but Kerkez might create one here. Bursting down the left-hand side, pull the ball across the Szoboszlai. Brilliant block. Excellent sliding block by Jonathan Tah, and Manuel Neuer comes right out of his 6-yard box and double high-fives Tah, because that was a great break. Kerkez and Szoboszlai linking up. Szoboszlai's effort, Tah's goal-saving stop, although Neuer might have fancied his chances as well. Great move though.
Yeah, that was unbelievable football by Hungary, the way they've worked the ball out from the back. Kerkez instrumental in that move, and that ball's going in, Vicky. I'll tell you what, that is going in. That's a great block from Tah.
So Szoboszlai over this corner from the near side, swings it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Germany make first contact, but it comes to Boller, drives it in. Tah's there again to block it away, picked up this time by Adam Nodge, and he will work it down the right-hand side in the shade, just stealing out of the sunshine, but he's been dispossessed. Ball's gone out of play though, over on that far side, and it will be a Hungary throw. Germany 1, Hungary 0, half an hour gone. What a game this is.
Yeah, it's been so frantic, so intense. It's been brilliant to watch. And that's the first time we've seen Hungary piece together some passes. A really nice move down that left-hand side, and that man Kerkez instrumental like I said, getting the ball fizzed across. Szoboszlai's first touch was brilliant into his path, and he looks to fire it across goal with his left.
Former England midfielder Izzy Christiansen here with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds in the sunshine, the sweltering sunshine here in Stuttgart, as Hungary have possession in the centre circle. This time tomorrow, you will be tuning in, if you're listening to 5 Live, to England to join us for that up against Denmark, live from Frankfurt, a 5 p.m. kickoff UK time. Ahead of that tomorrow, we've got Slovenia against Serbia, and then we round things off with Spain against Italy. Of course, following us today, Scotland against Switzerland, live from Cologne with Alistair Bruce-Ball and Pat Nevin. And I'm sure many eyes will be on this game as well. The other game in Group A, Germany, knowing a win would see them through to the knockout stages with a game to spare. They're leading Hungary by a goal to nil as they come down the left-hand side once more. Boller is down and out of position for Hungary, the right wing-back, as Germany have it down the left-hand side in the sunshine. And Toni Kroos will play it back now to Jonathan Tah, who's just made that brilliant block to deny Szoboszlai and preserve Germany's 1-goal advantage, as Kimmich has it on this right-hand side, right in front of the Hungarian manager, Marco Rossi. Tah now picks it up on the halfway line, out to the left-hand side, and Kroos, lovely ball, picks it through to Germany's goal scorer, Musiala. Mittelstadt will cross the ball in. Kimmich is there. It's headed away very well on the edge of the 6-yard box by Kürkes for Hungary. But Germany coming once again. They're really getting into their stride here as they look to double their advantage here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds in Stuttgart, as Rudiger thought about the shot there. He's 25 yards out on the angle. No, he can hit them. Kimmich has it now, though, as Rudiger opts for him. And Rudiger once more squares it to Jonathan Tah. All the white shirts back defending as Tah dinks it into the area. A last-ditch slide on the edge of the box from Martin Dardai just does enough as Kimmich was putting him under pressure. Ball's out of play for a Germany throw. Hungary doing their best to hold firm here.
Yeah, they are. They need to keep in it. They can't go in at half-time 2-0 down. They need to keep tight. I was just watching Rudiger and Marco Rossi having a little cuddle on the touchline there as the ball went out. That's how wide Rudiger is, the centre-back. He's operating really close to where Marco Rossi stood in that technical area.
Yep, he's picking up that right-back position at the moment, Antonio Rudiger, as Kroos feeds Mittelstadt on the left-hand side. And now Musiala, a couple of step-overs, edge of the area, goes for the 1-2 with Andrich. Won't find Musiala, bounces away from Gundogan. And Hungary have the goal kick.
Yeah, it's good shape again from Hungary. They're just forcing Germany over them instead of through them and around them. And they've just tried a couple of passes over the top of the back line of Germany, but they haven't worked. And again, I'll say it, Kürkes dealing with that cross at the back post under a lot of pressure with Kimmich arriving late. It's always difficult when you've not got a run and a jump, your standing jump, to be strong and deal with it. He flicks it away to evade any danger.
The Hungary fans behind the goal away to our right, raising their voices once again. And we can see those red, white and green flags waving as Peter Galacci starts an attack once more, the Hungarian goalkeeper. But Germany have it back with Kimmich on the halfway line, exchanges passes with Gundogan. As we say, Galacci, it was a real battle between him and Denis Debus in terms of who would be number one. He's their regular number one, Galacci, but Debus deputised really well for him in qualifying when Galacci was out with an ACL injury. Marco Rossi said at one point he thought he might have to do rock, paper, scissors to decide who would be number one. Have you ever had your place in a team decided by rock, paper, scissors?
I don't know, only the managers will know that. But the both keepers in this game now, Neuer and Galacci, have both come up clutch for their teams in two different moments. And Neuer was getting a lot of love from his teammates after that save from Szoboszlai.
Brilliant movement by Wirtz to evade the challenge in the Hungary midfield, but they've won it back though and play it forward, but good interception by Jonathan Tah, and Andrich then goes down, but the whistle's gone and the decision goes the way of Hungary. But yeah, you talk about Manuel Neuer there, Izzy. As you say, he's made some big saves in this game. He's come under criticism in recent months. High-profile errors, both for Germany and for Bayern Munich, where, of course, he holds the armband, but it's been a disappointing season for them. Individually, very good for their star man Harry Kane, but their first trophyless season, Bayern Munich, for the first time since 2012. But so far, he's been solid and more than solid in this game with those quality saves that he's pulled out.
Szoboszlai had that chance in the opening seconds that Neuer had to get to first. He managed to get a foot to it.
Flicked on by Barnabas Varga, the Hungary striker, but Germany tidy up at the back. Just talk to me about the partnership here between Jonathan Tah and Antonio Rudiger. They just always seem to be on the same wavelength.
Yeah, they look really solid, and Hungary clearly targeted both of them at the very early exchanges of this game. They went long up to Varga just to put them on the back foot, but I think it'll grow as the tournament goes on, if I'm honest.
Here is Musiala, Germany's goal scorer. Hungary get the foot in, but Toni Kroos picks it up and Andrich steers it back to Jonathan Tah. Germany leading by a goal to nil. Musiala's goal on 22 minutes. Bit of controversy about it though. Hungary felt very strongly that there was a foul by Gundogan on Willi Orban in the build-up, and a couple of their players stopped playing. Can't afford to do that. VAR didn't reverse the decision. Goal stood. As Germany come down the left-hand side, that's a good delivery. Kimmich was in there, and it's headed over by Hungary for another Germany corner. But it's great from a Germany perspective to see the two full-backs, Mittelstädt and Kimmich, linking up there.
Yeah, in particular, Mittelstädt, he was really effective in the first game. He's had a brilliant season. And Kimmich, obviously a central player that can play out there. He's very efficient, he's a ball retainer. And he's looking to sneak in at the back post in the last 5 minutes twice, but Kerkez has been equal to it.
And Mittelstädt as well, playing in his home stadium. He's been an established part of the Stuttgart side that finished runners-up in the Bundesliga. They only avoided relegation via the playoffs the season before. It's been a remarkable season for them and for him. As Germany wait to take this corner, our referee, Danny McAlee, has just spotted some argy-bargy in the 6-yard box, and making sure nothing untoward is going on. So Germany now swing this corner in. It's headed away by Hungary. Net on the edge of the area by Mittelstädt, but cleared away by Hungary, and Neuer, sweeper keeper as he is, just outside the centre circle, does sweep the ball out to the left-hand side as Germany come down the left once more. They've got the runners inside the penalty area. Havertz picks it up just outside the box. Here is Andrich, plays it to Kimmich. 25 yards out, left-footed delivery over to the left-hand side as Germany look to work it. Almost finding Havertz. The header away by Bolle is behind, but it's wave after wave of pink and purple shirted attack at the moment.
Yeah, it's actually coming from Hungary's own mistakes. They're making a few silly decisions when they jump out and press, and Germany just playing really quickly around them and putting themselves on the attack again. It's up to Marco Rossi to control that from the side, to say to his team, we do not want to be going in there 2-0 down, but they're under pressure again with Kroos on the ball.
Yeah, the corner to be taken by Toni Kroos over on that far side. Swings it in right-footed. It's headed away well by Willi Orban. They've done well at meeting those deliveries, Hungary, but the second balls are a problem as Kimmich picks it up, dinks it back across to the far post. Tah's there again. Hungary get the head on it. Bolle this time. Tah keeps it in on the byline. Kerkez is out there defending, but it's picked up by Germany once more. Here is Musiala, edge of the box, checks back one way, then the other. Brilliant dribbling run. And it's cleared away by Willi Orban, and this time the whistle does go as Orban tumbles inside his own penalty area. It didn't save Hungary from falling behind earlier in this game, but it has saved them on this occasion, and they have a free kick inside their own penalty area. Still Germany 1, Hungary 0, a scoreline as it stands that will send Germany through to the knockout stages with a game to spare.
Yeah, those quick feet from Musiala there as he entered Hungary's box were beautiful to watch, and then he just catches Orban late, and the referee sees it, gives a free kick. But I think the Hungarian fans behind that goal are saying, well, why didn't you do that earlier when Orban was caught off Gundogan?
Yeah, that is the big VAR talking point of this first half. Should Germany's opener have been disallowed for a foul by Gundogan on Willi Orban, or was it just good strength, good play from Gundogan? Did Orban go down a little bit easily? And you've got to remember as VAR as well, it's got to be a clear and obvious error to overturn it. That should be the bar. But it's certainly a talking point, and certainly aggrieved Hungary, who had started very well and were going toe-to-toe with Germany, despite Germany having more of the possession and pressure, as you would expect, as Germany have a throw on the far side, deep in Hungarian territory. Is it Christensen?
Yeah, just Hungary having to defend really, really deep here, having to put a lot of hard yards in to get up to the ball and get close. Because like I say, it's a completely different dynamic in that dressing room at 2-0 if Germany were to find a second goal. But they're doing okay at the moment, Hungary. They've got their units compact again.
Wirtz has switched over to this left-hand side now, with Jamal Musiala picking up a attacking midfield role as the number 10 right now, quite literally, with the number 10 on his back, but positionally as well, as Hungary win the ball but then give it away down by their corner flag. That's a dangerous position as the cross in from Mittelstadt is blocked, and it's another Germany corner. They are really pushing for this second goal before half time. You've got 5 minutes plus added time to go until the break here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
And again, a really cheap corner to concede from Hungary. It was Szoboszlai on this occasion going back right into that far side, deep into his own defensive third, doing the hard yards, but he just gave a short pass to his teammate and resulted in a corner again.
So corner to be taken from the left-hand side once more. That far side here at the Stuttgart Arena in front of the Hungary fans for Germany as they look to double their advantage on the stroke of half-time. And the header goes right across the face of his own goal by Barnabas Varga, the Hungarian striker. Well, I was about to say, well, they made first contact again, but almost that first contact ended up in the back of their own net.
Yeah, first contacts on set piece is essential, but definitely not towards the back of your own net. And I don't think he could believe it. Just watching his face on the replay, he's a lucky man, Varga. He's off balance, and gosh, that's an interesting header. Glances wide.
Couple of yards wide of that far post. Interesting, perhaps the word indeed, as Toni Kroos comes over to this near side now to take this corner kick for Germany, who are really piling the pressure on Hungary. So they swing it to the edge of the 6-yard box again. Hungary get first contact. This time it's better. It's out of the penalty area. Germany will pick it up once again, and this is why, because Hungary are so deep, those white shirts. They want a free kick, not given advantage played as Wirtz went for goal just outside the area and flies over the bar towards those Hungarian fans who are still clapping and chanting, but their side are trailing by a 0-0 here in Stuttgart on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
Yeah, Wirtz just trying the effort there a bit. Not really the right time for a shot.
Giving the ball away again, Hungary. They're looking ragged at the end of this first half. Can Germany take advantage? Here is Andrich. Exchanges passes with his centre midfield partner Toni Kroos, and now Kroos will pick it up again once more, just outside the centre circle. Forward to Gundogan, little loose touch, but Rudiger will collect it and picks it up on the halfway line, and Kroos once more now just rolling the ball forward. Always calm, always composed, always so confident in possession as Germany try and link up again on the edge of the area with Gundogan and Havertz, but Havertz can't reach it and Hungary clear, but Tar picks it up once more for Germany, who lead by a 0-0 as Florian Wirtz picks it up on the left-hand side. The delivery from Mittelstadt goes all the way across the penalty area, but is picked up by Musiala. There was a bit of hesitancy there from Milos Kerkez, and it might cost Hungary. They have managed to get the foot in, though. It's good defending, but they just cannot get hold of the ball at the moment as Germany pick it up inside their own half, leading by a 0-0, Germany.
It's a very rare loose pass from Toni Kroos there, and we're often very complimentary. He's normally up there in the 90% of pass completion rates for a midfielder. It's so impressive the way he moves the ball, but when you see a rare loose pass from him, it's interesting.
Yeah, it does catch the eye, doesn't it, as Germany have it on the halfway line. Against Scotland, he completed, get this, 101 of his 102 passes. I mean,
do you know what's funny about that?
Ridiculous.
I remember the one that he gave away, and I was thinking that's very uncharacteristic.
I'm sure he remembers it as well. As Germany have it on the left-hand side, they lead by a 0-0. And we have 2 minutes plus added time to play. All the reaction from this game, and of course Scotland's match against Switzerland, which is coming up on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, 8 o'clock kickoff UK time from Cologne. Download the Football Daily, all the reaction from the Euros throughout the tournament, and check out the Scottish Football Podcast as well while you're there. All the news, views and interviews from the Scotland camp all throughout the European Championships. Must not miss if you're a Scotland fan, as Germany come forward down this right hand side with Rudiger as Marco Rossi, the Hungary manager, organises his side, and Rudiger works it back to Toni Kroos, who's looking to pick that pass once again. Need little triangles from Germany. Gundogan was making the run towards the edge of the penalty area, but Kroos still has it midway through the Hungary half, and now they go through the gears as Wirtz plays it to Musiala. Goodness me. Jamal Musiala, how close was that? There were roars all around the stadium here in Stuttgart because they thought that ball had hit the back of the net, but it's side netting. Did it get a touch on the way through? That's what the referee is saying. It took a while for the fans over on the left-hand side to know whether that had gone in or not, but it's side netting. Nagelsmann has his head in his hands, and Germany have the corner because the referee spotted a touch there. They're taking it, swinging it to the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's cleared away by Hungary. But Musiala again, so dangerous, is he?
Yeah, the way he shifts his feet, he takes his first touch. The time in between his first touch and unleashing the shot is so small, and it ripples the side netting. And I have no idea why that was a corner. I need to see another replay, but I don't think there was a touch on it at all. The referee gave a corner, and the Hungarian players were livid with the referee, and they know it as well. They'll feel very hard done by.
Yeah, they've managed to withstand that corner. I think that's why there was so much confusion around the stadium, because it definitely, whatever it was, didn't look like a corner. But Germany coming forward again, whip delivery in from Mittelstadt again, and he's shouting at his teammates there because he wants to play it in as the ball spins this time all the way out for a Hungary throw. He wants to play it first time, and I think he just wants a little bit more movement inside the penalty area, because it's so clear that is his first thought every single time, as Marco Rossi has been booked by our referee, the Hungary manager. Well, they will feel Hungary as we enter at 2 minutes of added time here in Stuttgart. They've had a couple of decisions. Yes, that corner that in the end didn't come to anything, but could have done for Germany, and particularly for Germany's goal, that have gone against them. As they come down this left-hand side, Hungary, they've been under real pressure in the last 15 minutes, but Germany haven't been able to double their advantage. Can Hungary hit back? They've won a free kick. The Germany fans and coaching staff now protest. Julian Nagelsmann is over to the fourth official to ask for a bit of clarification on that, because they feel that is soft, but it's a chance for Dominik Szoboszlai of Liverpool, the Hungary captain, to send this one in. And his set-piece delivery this afternoon has been a lot better than it was in their opener against Switzerland.
Yeah, Szoboszlai's over the ball again in an area where he knows he can whip it into a good space.
He's already drawn one good save from Neuer. This is a little bit further out, midway through the Germany half. Swings it in from the right-hand side. It's a good delivery again. A brilliant save by Neuer, and on the follow-up it's headed in, but the flag's up on the far side. Hungary and Roland Scholloy thought they had their equaliser. On the field it's been ruled out, and now we wait for VAR. But again, Hungary's set pieces yielding fruit.
Yeah, it's a superb ball in from Szoboszlai. He puts the ball into the perfect area. It's a glancing header from Orban, I think, who's offside on the initial phase. Salai's definitely offside, who's the one who puts the ball into the back of the net, but I actually think it's the first contact is off.
Yeah, it is given as offside, and that is the right decision, and there are cheers around the Stuttgart arena. Well, they can't complain about that one, Hungary, but again, as we say, the big talking point will be, should Germany's goal have stood? Was there a foul by Gundogan on Orban in the build-up? But we talked about Hungary's set pieces. We gave it the big build-up before Switzerland, and they were pretty woeful, but they've been a lot better here. It is a real weapon for Hungary as Germany come forward. Havertz loses it just outside the penalty area, and Hungary clear up towards halfway. We've played the minimum 2 minutes here in Stuttgart in the first half. Germany 1, Hungary 0. Germany in possession as they play it forward once more. And the pink and purple shirts move towards the Hungary penalty area, but now Wirtz will just steer it back to Jonathan Tah, because Germany, in those final few seconds, happy to see it out 1-0 at half-time. Well, Hungary started this game so well, Izzy, but Germany have shown again that quality, not as emphatically as they did against Scotland in Munich, but they've shown that quality, and that man Musiala once again has been at the heart of it.
Yeah, Musiala's delivered for Germany, but Germany are the better team. There's no doubt about it. They played the better football. They've attacked with way more intent than Hungary, but Hungary's game plan has been far better than it was against Switzerland. But they'll feel a little bit hard done by that goal. You know, in the build-up to the goal, Gundogan, there was a contentious foul on Orban, and the ball fell to Musiala, who blasted home. And that goal there, just where they equalised, but it got ruled out for VAR. They'll take encouragement into the change rooms, I'm sure.
Yeah, this game's still very much alive here in Stuttgart at half-time. It's a scoreline that would see Germany through to the knockout stages with a game to spare. It's Germany 1, it's Hungary 0.
That's the thing for the Germans, isn't it, Izzy? You know, they have been dominant, but it is only that one goal lead, and Hungary can carry a threat.
That's exactly it, chappers. I think they look very precarious. We saw the goal that they conceded against Scotland. They really didn't need to do that at all, and it is just that one moment that Hungary need, and it is looking like it's going to come from their star man Szoboszlai on a delivery or a moment of quality, but they are knocking at the door, Hungary.
Robert Huth with us as well, former German defender. What do you make of the Germans' first half?
They grew into the game, that's for sure. I think they were lucky not to be 1-0 down after a few seconds. But as the first half went on, I think they dominated the game. But as you mentioned, Hungary had a few opportunities as well.
They need a second, don't they, really?
Yeah, I mean, of course. But yeah, pleased how they finished the first half. I think they really suffocated Hungary at the end, the last 15 minutes before halftime. I thought they were brilliant. Put in some decent balls in the cross. So it'll be interesting to see if Nagelsmann changes the number 9. Put Füllkrug on. I think he's a bit more dominant in the air. So a few opportunities still for us to change the game. But yeah, lucky one first half.
There's a fluidity, isn't there, with Wirtz and Musiala, is he? In the, it doesn't matter which side of the pitch they're on, it kind of works. And actually, for a large part of that first half, they kind of switched wings.
Yeah, they did. We saw Musiala popping up on the left-hand side in the second half of that first half, and he was actually getting a lot of success. And I think that's where Nagelsmann has been really intelligent, because he's asked them to start deeper and arrive into the space that they want to play in. And they've been getting into a key area on the outside of the base of Hungary's defence, which I described as a pyramid in commentary. It's, wide base, and it gets narrower towards the top. Musiala's just positioned himself on the outside of that structure, and then he's attacked, and he's been really effective. I think Wirtz has been a little bit quiet, Havertz has been quiet, but we've seen from the midfield Gundogan making those third player runs. They're just so effective. They're almost, you can't deal with them when they happen so quickly.
I realise I'm asking a man who's watched the majority of that first half in the German bucket hat this question, but do you see much wrong with the goal?
I think it's just coming together. I don't think Gundogan tries to make a foul. I think it's just the way they sort of cross path, really. I can see why Hungary were a little upset. However, you mentioned it in the commentary. You kind of have to play to the whistle. You don't just stop. Certainly not when the ball's in your box. But I think we came to the right decision allowing the goal.
Also, Robert made the point, and you did a commentary. You play to the whistle. At least one of the Hungarians stop. I would also throw in, I'm not sure there's enough from Gundogan to send a massive centre-half fall into the ground like that.
Yeah, and it's interesting because the referee gave one later in the game, Musiala, on Orban as well, and I think I didn't see the difference between the two of them, to be honest, and one resulted in playing on and one was a free kick. But I think the intent and the shout come from behind the goal from the Hungarian fans, who all were in uproar, and the players followed suit. They stopped playing, and then that's where Musiala just picked up the loose ball and fires it home.
Second half on the way then. Hosts lead by 1-0. Earlier it finished Croatia 2, Albania 2. And from 8 o'clock tonight we have full commentary from Cologne of Scotland against Switzerland. We'll join Kelly and the team during half-time, but let's just take a break for the BBC News at 8 minutes to 6.
The voice of the UK.
And the home of the Euros and the general election 2024.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
With the headlines, I'm Lisa McCormick. A police officer working as part of Rishi Sunak's close protection team has been suspended and arrested over alleged bets about the timing of the general election. The Met Police say they were contacted by the Gambling Commission last Friday. The Independent Office for Police Conduct has also been informed, and the officer has been released on bail. A jury in the case of a couple accused of killing their baby by gross negligence has been unable to reach a verdict. Constance Martin and Mark Gordon denied the manslaughter of their newborn baby Victoria, whose body was found in a shed in Brighton last year. Our Home Affairs correspondent Daniel Sanford was at the Old Bailey.
This morning they sent a note to the judge saying that they were unable to reach a verdict on the charge of manslaughter, so they were called back into court. The clerk asked them if they'd reached a majority verdict on manslaughter. They said no, they hadn't, and the judge has now discharged the jury from this case, so they'll no longer spend any more time considering their verdicts, and it'll be up to the prosecution to decide whether or not this case goes to a retrial.
The SNP has put independence and the NHS at the centre of its general election promises to voters. Party leader John Swinney also pledged to end austerity and abolish the House of Lords. The Workers' Party, led by George Galloway, has unveiled its manifesto. Its policies include building 1 million council homes and scrapping nuclear weapons. And Sinn Féin has also launched its manifesto today. In the past 2 years, the party's won the most seats in Northern Ireland's devolved government and on local councils. The party will be defending 7 constituencies, but its MPs don't take their seats at Westminster. Its president, Mary Lou MacDonald, spoke in Belfast.
Sinn Féin is committed to delivering on the things that matter most to workers and families. That is healthcare, the cost of living, housing, education and childcare. We're focused on what is possible to achieve if we work together, making politics work.
And in the latest travel news, on the road starting in West Yorkshire, the M62 eastbound, one lane is closed between junction 25 and 26. It's a broken down car there. It's looking really slow as you go past. In Cheshire, the M6 southbound, you've got a lane closed because of an accident between junction 17 and 16 at Stoke-on-Trent. It is queuing as you come towards that closure, so just take care. It slows down pretty quickly. And the M25 anti-clockwise between junction 9 and 6 at Godstone. You've got long delays because of the roadworks, but it is taking over 45 minutes to get through that section, so expect it to be slow this evening. Ellie Brennan, 5 Live Travel.
The team sheets are in and it's quite a lineup they've gone with here. Kyle Walker and Micah Richards, Lineker, Savage, Chapman, Shearer, Kate, Bamford, Sutton, Crossman, Rooney and Mbappe. This is just getting silly now. From My Mate's a Footballer, 606 and sporting giant Kylian Mbappe, 5 Live has the perfect lineup of podcasts to accompany the Euros. What a goal! Listen on BBC Sounds.
Euro 2024 Deutschland.
With Mark Chapman.
On 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
Germany lead Hungary by 1-0. We'll go to Cologne shortly ahead of Scotland, Switzerland. Let's go to Queens first of all, where Andy Murray has been forced to retire injured. Russell Fuller.
Yes, and it was evident, Mark, from the warm-up that Andy Murray was in trouble. He was moving awkwardly. He was in clear discomfort when hitting virtually every shot. He just looked very, very fragile. He tried a medical timeout. He had a lower back massage, but 2 games later he retired, went 4-1 down in the first set to Jordan Thompson of Australia. And it is a back problem, which he admitted was a bit of an issue for him when he played at the French Open at Roland Garros. Afterwards, a wave to the crowd. He was quite emotional there for a minute, and very tough for his family, like his mother Judy watching on. So many fantastic memories at Queen's Club for Andy Murray. No one has won this title as many times as he has, a 5-time champion, but it was a very sad way to limp out, almost certainly for the final time.
So I suppose now attention focuses to whether he will be able to go out on a high at maybe Wimbledon or the Olympics.
Yes. The hope is that this is perhaps his back locking up. It's a problem that is going to be probably continuing to trouble him, but it doesn't mean that there are days where he's not able to play with a lot more freedom. So we hope that means that he is able to play at Wimbledon. He hasn't yet given his news conference. I think the big question mark has to still be over the Olympics, because in his mind that is very likely to be the final tournament of his career. But it's tough on clay, switching surfaces. It's a surface that has aggravated his back and other parts of the body in the past, and he's realistically not going to win a medal in singles, where you have to win 6 matches to win a medal, and he's down to play doubles with Dan Evans. But we found out yesterday that Dan Evans is in trouble, having fallen and pulled out of his first round match, so he's not even certain to play at the games, and that leaves Andy Murray's prospects up in the air. So I think the Olympic picture is a very uncertain one, but we'll find out in the next hour or so, I'm sure, just how bad he thinks it is and whether it's going to prevent him playing at one final Wimbledon.
Let's go to the men's T20 next. Super 8's underway. South Africa, USA. Matt Kabir-Floyd.
Hi Mark, yes, first game of the Super 8s and the USA are up against it, because the big news is their main batter so far at this World Cup, their in-form batter, Aaron Jones, has just gone for a 5-ball duck, caught behind off the bowling of Keshav Maharaj. So they are 64 for 3 in the 9th over as they attempt to chase down 195. Earlier, South Africa got to that mark thanks mainly to a partnership of 110 for the second wicket between Quinton de Kock, who made 74, and Aidan Markram, who made 46. The US have now lost 3 big batters, Stephen Taylor for 24, Nitish Kumar for 8, and Jones for a duck. It leaves Andres Host, who's in good form, on 23, and Corey Anderson, the most well-known player in this US batting lineup, the ex-New Zealand international. He'd only faced 17 balls up until this innings. They need something big from him now. They need 130 runs from 66 balls.
Sports Extra to listen to that. Sports Extra will also have coverage of England against the West Indies from 1:15 in the morning. A few other sporting lines for you. It's day 2 of Royal Ascot. The favourite Auguste Rodin, trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Ryan Moore, won the big race of the day, the Prince of Wales Stakes. Steve Cooper looks set to be the next Leicester manager. Rob Edwards has signed a new 4-year deal at Luton. And in Super League, Rohan Smith has stepped down as Leeds Rhinos head coach, with them 7th after 14 games. So we've got the second half of Germany-Hungary to come, and then we'll be heading to Cologne for all the build-up of Scotland against Switzerland, which kicks off at 8 o'clock tonight. Kelly Cates already in the stadium. What's it been like around town today?
Guten Abend, Berlin. This is Köln calling. Looks like it's going to be Deutschland 3 Punkte this evening. Hopefully this evening it's going to be 3 points for Scotland as well. It's been great in Cologne.
You stopped there, didn't you? I thought you were going to do the rest of the link in German.
Well, not saying I couldn't. I'm just saying it wouldn't necessarily be great radio that's going to be broadcast in the UK.
I think it would. I think it would be great radio if you did the rest of it in German.
I genuinely, if I'd stayed in the centre of Cologne, by about now I would be starting to think I could speak fluent German, because I was there from about 9 hours before kick-off, and already it was full of Scotland fans. I think they probably outnumbered the Switzerland fans by about 5-1. Quite a few German people in there as well. Lots of German people supporting Scotland. And in fact, Cologne at the ground here, although they got relegated, their English-speaking Twitter account is absolutely loving having the Scotland fans here, because the Scotland fans obviously sing Loch Lomond, and Cologne's club anthem is sung to the tune of Loch Lomond, Mir stund so die FC Curler.
I'm sorry?
As I said, 3 more beers and I'd be all right with this, but yeah, Mir stund so der FC Curler, which is we stand by you, Cologne, and they sing it to the tune of Loch Lomond. So there's lots going on about that. There was some guy tweeted about his son, saying he sent a letter into school saying his son's going to be off for the duration on a cultural trip of Germany until Scotland get knocked out. And then Cologne retweeted it saying, look, if you need a letter from us while you're in Cologne, just let us know and we'll email the school. So there's been a lot of sort of chat around that. The Scotland fans in fine voice round the cathedral, in the old market square around Cologne. It's been a really, really lovely atmosphere. And even when we were coming into the ground today, there were 2 taxis pulled up side by side. One had Scotland fans, one had Switzerland fans. And they got out in the middle of the road and were shaking hands and hugging each other until the lights changed again. So it's just been, there's a few, games of football breaking out. There's quite a few not pitches, but like patches of grass around the stadium. So they've all been stopping and playing football with each other. It's been brilliant.
Dankeschön. Tschüss.
Bitte sehr.
More from Kelly from 7 o'clock. I was going to ask you about the second half, Robert, but Kelly stumbling over a German 3 times means we've run out of time and the teams are back out.
She did well.
She did?
Yeah, the first bit certainly was good.
Yeah. Room for improvement, would you say?
Yeah, I'm not going to ask her to sing the Cologne song just yet, I think.
No. Well, maybe later on, depending on the Scotland results, she'll be very happy to sing it. Let's see. Germany coming back out as well. Back to Izzy and Vicky.
Dankeschön, Chappers. Welcome back to the Stuttgart Arena as Germany prepare to enter the field here. Hungary have been out for a little while because I think their manager has sent them out with a statement of intent. Although in terms of reflecting on that first half for Hungary, Izzy, as the Hungary players all in white wait for Germany to re-enter the field of play and emerge from the tunnel. How do you think Marco Rossi, the Hungary manager, will assess that first half in which they trail by a goal to nil?
Yeah, I think, despite being 1-0 down, they'll be happy. And I think, sending the team out early, they're on the pitch waiting for Germany to arrive, or the Hungarian team, tells me that the messages were clear and simple from Marco Rossi. Keep doing more of the same, because I was just chatting up there at half-time briefly with Maurice Volz, who any Fulham fans will remember. And we were in agreement at how vulnerable Germany look at the back. And for that to come from a German himself, who agreed with Robert Huth in the studio, by the way, on that Gundogan potential foul for Germany's first goal, that we agreed in the end that there was minimal contact. But yeah, I think Germany look, rough at the back, and Hungary have got to capitalise on that.
Germany now out onto the pitch as we prepare to get the second half underway. And interesting, we saw Hungary do this against Switzerland in Cologne, didn't we, you and I, Izzy? So they're lining up. Hungary are going to get us underway. Adam Nodge is going to kick off, and they've got 6 players on the halfway line, all in white shirts, and this is obviously something that they've worked on the training ground. They tried it against Switzerland, send the white shirts flooding forward. I feel like against Switzerland they just played it back, which is what they're doing here. Let's see now they go forward quickly by Szoboszlai. They've got 4 players out on the left hand side, but the powerful header is won by Antonio Rudiger, and Hungary pick it up once more with Nodge, but this time Andrich gets there, and Germany have dealt with that attacking ploy well, and they're attacking themselves down the right hand side. Here goes Musiala, checks on the edge of the penalty area, cuts the ball back to the edge of the box, and Nodge gets the interception, and it's cleared away by Hungary.
Yeah, I don't think Hungary's set piece from that kick-off had intended on Germany counter-attacking with Musiala driving with the ball and just failing to pick out his teammate.
His goal is the difference at the moment, Jamal Musiala. 2-2 of these European Championships for him, as Florian Wirtz has it just outside the penalty area. Germany attacking from right to left in this second half in their pink and purple away kit, with the pink shoulders that then fades into a purple shirt as the ball is driven in and cleared away by Orban on the edge of his 6-yard box. Antonio Rudiger it was, letting fly. We know he can score from range, and it's behind for a Germany corner. But yes, Germany with this pink and purple shirt, the purple shorts with the diagonal pink slash down the side of them, and the purple socks. Hungary all in white and defending this early corner behind the goal that Germany are now attacking. Sit there, fans. It's mostly a sea of white shirts with a few pink and purple dotted amongst them as the corner is swung in. Galacci not convincing. Hungary once again though do make first contact, then they allow the ball to bounce, and the referee has spotted an infringement by Havertz there, and free kick to Hungary. Havertz just having a little bit of a conversation, shall we say, not sure how friendly it was, with Attila Fiola, the Hungary centre half. But the upshot is free kick Hungary inside their own penalty area.
Yeah, considering the amount of corners that Germany have had, I think Hungary have dealt with the threat really well. The balls in from Toni Kroos, as expected, have been really, really good. But they've just managed to defend them well and pick up the second phases as well, which is also really important.
So Peter Galacci launches it long for Hungary, up to the edge of the Germany penalty area. It's cleared away by Germany. Vargas gets there, the Hungary striker, but Germany will clear it once more. Mittelstadt of Stuttgart playing in his home stadium underneath it. As Hungary have a player that goes down. It's Martin Dardai, and Havertz was involved again there, and the referee has just come over, Tony Macaulay of the Netherlands, to I think just be in the vicinity of Kai Havertz there. He's not spoken to him, he's not given him a yellow, but just keeping an eye on the Arsenal man, you feel, our referee, as Hungary come forward. Ball, a good ball to the edge of the area. It's well cut out by Tar. Szoboszlai picks it up though, and now it's worked out to this left-hand side. Kerkez wins the corner. Good start this from Hungary, as it was in the first half. They still trail by a goal to nil.
Yeah, really brilliant, well-worked attack again from Hungary. We saw one late on in the second, resulting in the ball getting out wide to Kerkez, who tries the cross, ends up with the corner.
So 3 minutes gone in the second half. Hungary looking for the equaliser with this corner. It's swung in deep. It's not quite dealt with effectively by Germany. They do manage to get something on it and flick it out of the penalty area, but it was a little nervy. Well, in the end, that throw has gone the way of Germany, and the Hungary fans not too happy with that. But it's still deep in German territory, and that is where Hungary are trying to keep Germany as they look for an equaliser early on in this second half. No changes for either side at half-time. We'll take you through the lineups in a moment, as Germany have this throw with Maximilian Mittelstadt, the left back, deep in his own territory. He's looking for options, got a bit of movement with Musiala ahead of him. It's over the head of him and Kai Havertz, and Hungary trying to win it back, but Mittelstadt will pick it up. Bad ball by Toni Kroos, though. That's another pass he's misplaced, and he almost played in Szoboszlai, who does pick it up. He's forced away from the penalty area. Now Kerkez has it, left-hand side of the box. Wirtz is there with him, and Kimmich as well. Kerkez does well, retains possession, plays it back to Szoboszlai, and it's picked up on the left-hand side of the area now, but they can't make any headway, Hungary. And in the end, Andras Schäfer is penalised for a foul inside the box, and it will be a free kick to Germany inside their own penalty area.
Yeah, been really good, aggressive start to this second half by Hungary. They're really going after it now. Really good bit of play from Schaefer, Szoboszlai and Kürkez on that far left-hand side. Schaefer unlucky to concede the free kick as he drove into the box.
So Germany in possession just inside their own half. They have Neuer in goal, who's made some big saves in this game. The back four of Kimmich, Rüdiger, Tah and Mittelstädt. Ahead of them Andrich and Kroos, with Musiala, Gundogan and Wirtz supporting Kai Havertz up front. Jamal Musiala with the goal that separates the sides as things stand, as the ball is all the way back with Manuel Neuer. Hungary with Gulacsi in goal. The back three of Viola, Orban and Dardai. Those latter two, both born in Germany, former Germany youth internationals as well. Ahead of them it's Bolanod, Schaefer and Kürkez, as Havertz has it on the right hand side of the penalty area. Tried the little back heel, doesn't quite win the corner. He thinks he does. He's not too happy with that, Kai Havertz, but Dardai says no, you didn't get a touch off me, and the official on the far side agrees. So completing that Hungary lineup, Scholai, who had an excellent chance inside the opening seconds, saved by Neuer, Szoboszlai of Liverpool and Varga up top. As Gulacsi has the ball inside his own penalty area. Hungary trailing by a goal to nil. 6 minutes played in this second half. A scoreline that would see Germany through with a victory to the knockout stages with a game to spare, as Germany win possession midway through their own half and send it back to Tah. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, you know what's really interesting about the way that Hungary are playing out from the back is they're playing a first couple of passes short and then they're going long. But what they haven't got is bodies supporting the attack, because the distance that the ball is travelling is so far. And I just think they might be better off going long and getting players up there committing to the attack earlier, so that they can surround the second balls and then put Germany on the back foot that way.
Germany in possession just inside the Hungary half, as the Germany fans behind that goal that their side are attacking raise their voices once again. Here is Musiala, 30 yards out, central position, whips it out to the right hand side, and Kimmich, and now Florian Wirtz will pick it up just outside the penalty area, plays it back to Kimmich, and now once more to Antonio Rüdiger. He dinks the ball into the penalty area. Diving header by Viola is as far as his own striker Varga. And that's good play by Hungary, just holding it up inside their own half. And brilliant play by András Schaefer. He's done so well there. Evades not one, not two, but three challenges and keeps possession and sends Hungary away down this left-hand side. This is a brilliant move. They're still sweeping forward. Szoboszlai picked up on this left-hand side now, and Schaefer just dispossessed outside the penalty area. Germany get a foot in. Was a foul in there, advantage played by the referee, and Germany coming over the halfway line now. Brilliant move by Hungary, but now they've got defending to do. They want an offside against Havertz. It's not given. Havertz, right hand side of the penalty area, picked up now by Joshua Kimmich, and still outside the box he is, and lays it off to Florian Wirtz. And now Andrich will pick it up, the central midfielder, out to the right hand side, and Wirtz once again, and once again Germany slow the tempo of the play down, just exerting that control in possession, leading here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds by a goal to nil, as Mittelstadt has it out on this left hand side, and as they send it all the way back to halfway. What about that move from Hungary? It was gorgeous.
Yeah, I think the third move that's been absolutely sensational from Hungary, as they've transitioned out of defence into attack, and I think it was almost a double nutmeg from Schaefer. It was fantastic to watch.
There goes Musiala, finds Gundogan, central position midway through the Hungary half, and now Havertz picks it up inside the penalty area, right hand side, just miscontrolled it and allows Willi Orban to get there down by the byline, and he clears away. But again, it's not panicked and straight out of play. They're trying to retain possession, Hungary. They've done so. Eventually, through Dardai, they do have to clear it long, and Szoboszlai won't latch onto that. Mittelstadt under a bit of pressure, but does eventually squeeze it through to Manuel Neuer. Commentary of Scotland against Switzerland coming up here on 5 Live after this game. 8 o'clock kickoff, a huge encounter for Scotland in Cologne with Alistair Bruce-Ball and Pat Nevin. And do check out on BBC Sounds in the build-up perhaps, or just afterwards, the Scottish Football Podcast, all the news, views and interviews from the Scotland camp all throughout the Euros. Download from BBC Sounds as Germany have it once more. Here is Mittelstädt. Plays it infield to Toni Kroos, who picks the pass to Kimmich, and now Rüdiger has it on the right hand side. Movement with the pink and purple shirts inside the penalty area now. One of them's Gundogan, picks it up, right hand side of the box. Musiala wants it, Havertz as well. Gundogan whips it across, Gulacsi gets the save in, and the shot is driven. Brilliantly saved. That was super from Gulacsi. Great reactions Toni Kroos let fly from 25 yards, got a deflection on the way through, and Gulacsi in mid-air had to readjust his body, saves and manages to gather, but Hungary have given the ball away. Here comes Germany once more, leading by a goal to nil. Musiala lays it off to Gundogan, who manages to work it back inside the area. Havertz won't reach it, ball has gone down, and the whistle doesn't go. Eventually it does. It's a similar situation really to Germany's opener in the first half, where Boller went down, Havertz did as well. This time Germany weren't able to continue playing. Everybody waited to hear the whistle that time, and eventually it did go, and Hungary get the decision.
Oh, that's a brilliant bit of play from Gundogan. He shakes, he shimmies, and he fizzes the ball across. Gulacsi does really well to deal with the first ball, and then it just drops and bounces perfectly for Toni Kroos on the edge of the box, and he drills the shot in. It takes a deflection, and Gulacsi's had to react really quickly to that, and he palms it away.
Yeah, very good save from Peter Gulacsi, Hungary's regular number one, who's kept his place for this tournament and has done well. But they lost their opener against Switzerland, and they're losing here in Stuttgart against Germany. And if Hungary do lose and Switzerland avoid defeat against Scotland, that means that Hungary can only go through as one of the best third place sides. We'll put them up against it as the ball goes out of play for a Germany throw midway through the Germany half. They lead by a goal to nil. Musiala's strike midway through that first half. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of activity down on the Germany bench. Füllkrug and Leroy Sané have got their match shirts on and getting instructions. And Nagelsmann obviously feels the need to make a change, because there is a feeling in this game that Hungary could get something.
Yeah, even second half so far, but Havertz into the penalty area, plays that cross right into Willi Orban, but Germany pick it up on the right-hand side. Will try and work something as they come in field now to Jonathan Tah, and back to Wirtz, who misplaces his pass, and Hungary will be able to build down the right with Boller. Dinks it forward, looking for the run of Szoboszlai. He's in a foot race with Tah. Tah does very well, slides in, gets a big shin to the ball and clears it out for a Hungary throw. Germany 1, Hungary 0. It remains 56 minutes gone on 5 Live and BBC Sound.
Yeah, Tah's had to come all the way across and deal with that, because Szoboszlai is breaking down this right-hand side. And some people will be fooled by Szoboszlai because he's actually rapid. For a midfielder, he's absolutely rapid. He's so good at running with the ball, and he was so close to getting a touch on that and nicking it away from Tah, and he would have been through.
So here come those changes. There's he spotted down on the touchline, and it is Leroy Sané and Niklas Füllkrug who are coming on, and Florian Wirtz, the Bundesliga Player of the Year, is the first to make way, and he will be replaced by the former Manchester City man Leroy Sané. 10 goals this season he scored for Bayern Munich. And Kai Havertz is also coming off for Niklas Füllkrug. And Füllkrug has made a real impact from the bench for Germany. He's got a really good scoring record for them. 12 goals in what is now 18 caps. Got one coming off the bench against Scotland, but not many of them have been against big sides for Füllkrug. This would be a big goal if he was able to score. Szoboszlai steers it into Scholai in the penalty area. They're all appealing for it, but it goes out of play for a Germany goal kick. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, I think this it's really intelligent from Nagelsmann just to change it and freshen it up, and they do say attack is the best form of defence, and it does feel like Hungary are turning the screw a little bit. So what Nagelsmann's done is he's responded, and he's just changed the stimulus up front with Sané and Füllkrug coming on to freshen up the front three.
So Germany 1, Hungary 0 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 58 minutes played here inside the Stuttgart Arena in southwestern Germany. This time tomorrow, if you tune in to 5 Live, you will be listening to England against Denmark. Kickoff is at 5 o'clock UK time. Do join us for that as Musiala's ball in. Takes a little deflection, and Gulacsi claims that. That'll be live from Frankfurt. Ahead of that, we'll have Slovenia against Serbia, the other game in England's group at 2, and then Spain against Italy. Round things off tomorrow from 8 o'clock. Already today at the Euros, Croatia have drawn 2-2 with Albania. Late equaliser, 95th minute for Albania. And coming up, we have Scotland against Switzerland as Varga is in there, and what a chance he's missed. edge of the 6-yard box for Hungary. Barnabas Varga, their tall striker, and he's nodded it over the bar. Izzy, we saw him do that on 2 occasions against Switzerland. He then did stick it in the back of the net, but he can't be so wasteful with his opportunities on this stage. That was a huge chance for a Hungary leveller.
It was almost identical to the chance against Switzerland that he headed back across goal. He makes an excellent leap to get contact with the ball. He gets enough power on the header, and Neuer's routed to the line. He can't do anything about it. It's looking bound for that top corner, but it goes just over the bar. But it was just interesting, that counter-attack. Shalai just breaks down the left. Hungary had no right to finish that attack with a brilliant header.
Ball into the penalty area for Germany, and it's all the way through with Peter Galacci. Here goes Boller for Hungary, forward now to Szoboszlai, under a bit of pressure. We'll steer it back to Attila Fiola, and all the way back to Galacci now, who's closed down by Gundogan. Picks a good pass, Galacci, out to Szoboszlai, who is dispossessed by Musiala, and the ball goes out of play for a Hungary throw. So all the reaction to today's games will be on the Football Daily. You can download that from BBC Sounds. And while you're there, check out Match of the Day's Top 10. It is all about the Euros, this latest episode. Gary Lineker, Micah Richards and Alan Shearer ranking their greatest games, their most controversial moments, and doing a Euros England-Scotland combined 11 as well. You can listen and download that only from BBC Sounds. Here in Stuttgart, an hour gone. Germany 1, Hungary 0. Germany, as things stand, heading through to the knockout stages with a game to spare, as Musiala, the goal scorer, picks it up, approaching the penalty area, left-hand side, dinks it in field, or they're shouting for a handball. The referee says that it hit the head of the Hungary player. It was the fans, really. No players from Germany appealed, and Germany working out to the right-hand side. Plays it in field now to Leroy Sané. He's come off the bench for Germany. Here is Tar now, plays it forward to Musiala, 25 yards out, trying to trick his way towards the penalty area. He's going to go for the curler here. Musiala, a couple of yards away from the angle of post and bar, into those Germany fans behind the goal. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, Musiala's really starting to feel it now in the second half. He was really sharp in the first, and he just gets on the ball. We're just watching a replay of that penalty appeal. It's not a penalty. It hits Nodge on the thigh as he tries to dink the ball into the path of Gundogan, but Musiala there cutting inside and looking to nestle the ball in that far corner.
So here is Galacci, the Hungary goalkeeper, plays it out to the left-hand side as Gundogan closes down that Hungary defence once again. Having seen a couple of replays of that Germany goal and the question about whether Gundogan fouled Orban, the only thing I'd say is split people again, as VAR decisions tend to do, but Gundogan, he takes a heavy touch off his thigh. It looks as though he knows he's not getting there. He then has a look at Orban, and it's whether then he adjusts his run to ensure that the coming together happens, because it is a coming together. But was that an intentional run from Gundogan because he knew he wasn't going to get there? Hungary were fuming about it. It's got to be a clear and obvious error for VAR to overturn. They didn't. Musiala's goal, and he eventually slammed it in. It did stand, but it will be a talking point, particularly if it stays 1-0, as it is right now in Stuttgart, as Hungary have a free kick on the halfway line. Here is Willy Orban, squares it now to Marcin Dardai, the two former Germany youth internationals linking up for Hungary. As they come down this left-hand side, here is Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth, swings the early delivery in. Boller's come up all the way from right wing back, and that's good pressure he puts on Mittelstadt. It's gone out for a Hungary corner.
Yeah, when I said so often Hungary, they're breaking, but they're breaking only with 2 players against a back 4 and a potential midfield 1 or 2 of Germany. So every time they seem to put in an excellent ball that causes problems, but they've got no right to, because they don't have numbers in the box. Now, Szoboszlai I know he's got a difficult job to do, but if he gets up with play quicker, he can add a number into the box, and he can be so effective inside the 18-yard box.
Hungary making a change before this corner. Adam Nodge is coming off, and Laszlo Kleinheisler enters the field of play and advances towards the penalty area. It's Dominik Szoboszlai who's lifting his arms in the air and urging the Hungary fans to raise their voices behind this goal once more, and they do so. But now the referee has just spotted a bit of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area. Make sure that ceases, and now Szoboszlai raises that left arm, swings the delivery in. It's a decent one. It's well headed away by Andrich, picked up by Kerkez on the left-hand side for Hungary, but he overruns it, can't keep it in, and it's a Germany goal kick approaching the midway point of the second half, and it is still Germany 1, Hungary 0. You have to say, we thought that Hungary, having had a shocking first half, might crumble here against Germany, but they have certainly not been a Gurkentruppe. That is your 5 Live Dutch Wörterboek word of the day. Hungary, no Gurkentruppe today. If you think you know what that means, you can hear the answer on BBC Sounds. Download the Football Daily, 5 Live Breakfast, teaching you a bit of German every day all throughout our stay here at the Euros. As Hungary have the ball just outside their own penalty area. Here is Willy Orban, closed down by Niklas Füllkrug. He squares it out, Orban, to Dardai, who launches it long, looking for the run of Klein Heisler, who's just come on. Shalai will pick it up over on that left-hand side. In fact, he can't reach it, the Hungary attacker, and it's all the way out of play for a Germany throw. Germany still lead by a goal to nil.
Yeah, Hungary always look really expansive when they're attacking, and you just wonder at what point does Marco Rossi pass on the instructions for them to perhaps go longer, quicker, be a bit more compact and pick up the seconds. And they're doing a lot of running at the moment, Hungary. Szoboszlai, he's got such a big job to do. Out of possession and then in possession, I think he's just struggling to get up with play.
Rudiger in possession midway through the Germany half. Well, they're not out of it if they lose here, Hungary. Depending on the result later, if Switzerland avoid defeat to Scotland, it would only be a chance of going through as one of the best third-place sides. But as Musiala goes down, Germany's goal scorer, and wins a free kick just inside the Hungary half, they must be ruining that first half they had against Switzerland. Because, again, this whole game, and the second half, to a certain extent against Switzerland, is much more like the Hungary we expected to see here.
Yeah, but going off those hints that Schaefer provided in the press conference yesterday,
here come Germany down the right-hand side. Ball dinked right across the penalty area by Sane over the head of Füllkrug. It's kept in by Musiala on this left-hand side, and applause around Stuttgart Arena for keeping that in as Mittelstadt picks it up, swings it in. It's headed away by Fiola, brought down by Kimmich, and now Rudiger. That's part of 40 yards out, and again Hungary dropping so deep with the white shirts as Musiala finds Mittelstadt, cuts it back, Gundogan 2-0. Listen to the roar inside Stuttgart Arena. Super Germany goal, swept home by their captain Ilkay Gundogan. And they're heading for the knockout stages with a game to spare. Germany 2, Hungary 0.
This is all about the ball from Mittelstadt, and he's just cheering up the crowd with his hand gestures. What a big part he has just had to play for Germany. The ball is played down this left-hand side, and the cutback is inch perfect to Gundogan. How often have we seen Ilkay Gundogan on that penalty spot slotting the ball home, and he's just done exactly that again. The ball is worked down this left-hand side, and he just palms the ball across the goalkeeper into the far side. Brilliant goal by Germany.
And that is Germany at their very best. That is Germany clicking as a team. And as Izzy Christensen says, it is the calmest, the most composed of finishers by the skipper Ilkay Gundogan, who now does a big double high five with Toni Kroos on the halfway line as Hungary get things moving once again. Down the right hand side they go with Boller, looking to hit back straight away and get themselves back into this game. Here is Andras Schaefer. Boller picks it up right hand side, cuts the ball across. It's cleared away by Andrich on the edge of his own 6-yard box, and Mittelstadt will now launch it forwards as Gundogan's name is roared around the Stuttgart Arena. He's enjoying this, the announcer, I think. He's certainly got the volume cranked up to 10 as Hungary's number 10, Dominik Szoboszlai, comes down this right-hand side, approaching the penalty area. Szoboszlai pulls it back to Boller. And we can hear ourselves again as Schaefer breaks into the penalty area for Hungary. He's well dispossessed, and Germany will try and bring it away. Well, the encouragement for Hungary will be that Germany have looked at times vulnerable defensively. Neuer's had to make some good saves, and in terms of major tournament clean sheets, you have to go all the way back to Euro 2016 for the last time that Germany didn't concede in a game at a major tournament. But again, they're coming forward now. They've been the better side in this game, there's no mistake about it. Hungary have fought valiantly, but Germany in the pink and purple shirts are streaming forward once more, and they pick it up on the right hand side of the penalty area, and the shot is driven just across the goal. Brilliant effort on that far side by Kimmich. He saw that the angle was tight, but he thought he'd let fly anyway. Right-footed, fizzes across the area and just past that far post. But Stuttgart Arena in fine voice now. Could this be as it was at the World Cup in 2006 when they hosted it? Germany, the last time they hosted a major tournament. Could it be another Sommermärchen, a fairy tale summer? It's certainly getting off to a very good start, this European Championship campaign on home soil, as they have the ball just inside their own half. Here is Toni Kroos out to the right-hand side, and Izzy, I'm sure Marco Rossi will feel they've given a much better account of themselves than they did certainly in the first half against Switzerland, but in the end he warned about the quality of Germany and for all of Hungary's valiant efforts and attempts to go forward whenever they can as well. It's not been a rearguard action purely by any stretch of the imagination, but Germany have simply been better.
Yeah, that goal was a real moment of German class, and the way the ball was cut back from Mittelstädt into Gundogan. No one picks Gundogan up, and it's the most obvious thing to do. Gundogan arriving late into the box, and he's so composed.
20 minutes to play. Germany lead by 2-0 as Musiala is shoved over. The referee there, he makes a big shoving gesture with his hands as if to explain what that free kick was for. I'm not sure anybody in the stadium really needed explaining what that free kick was for. Double-handed shove by Szoboszlai on Musiala, his counterpart number 10. And Germany will have a free kick, 25 yards or so out. And they take this opportunity to make a double change. And Robert Andrich will be replaced by Emre Can, the former Liverpool man. And what a story this continues to be. Only in the squad a couple of days before the Euros began, after Alexander Pavlovic pulled out with tonsillitis, came on and scored against Scotland and is coming on against Hungary and looking to do exactly the same. And Musiala is withdrawn, the man who got things underway for Germany in the first half, and he will be replaced by Chris Führich. Musiala gets a huge round of applause as he comes off.
Yeah, he just gets a few quiet words from his manager as well. I think probably to say, rest in you, because he's been unplayable at times this evening.
So Germany work the set piece out to the right-hand side. Eventually the ball into the area is easily claimed by Peter Gulacsi. If you're Marco Rossi, down there is he, who's standing on the edge of that dotted white technical area in his dark suit, cutting a despondent figure. What do you do now? How can you respond?
Well, the first thing I'd do is take the jacket off. It's boiling.
Good point as Bollert comes down the right-hand side. Good interception. Varga was off the pitch there. That's interesting. Bartosz Varga, I think, was getting a drink and has now come back onto the field of play, the Hungary striker. So they're back up to the full complement. I'm sure the referee spotted that. As Gundogan, who scored Germany's second in this second half, picks it up and sends it back to Joshua Kimmich. And now Toni Kroos has it on the halfway line. We ask what Hungary can do. They are preparing to make a double change. Fresh legs for them. Perhaps a chance to try and get a goal back and try and quieten this German crowd, but it's going to take some doing, because the fans all around this stadium of a Germany persuasion, most of them clad in their white shirts, waving a few black, yellow and red Germany flags, are in fine voice, although slightly deflated as Szoboszlai wins that ball back for Hungary, but he immediately loses it. And here is Can, spreads the ball out to the right-hand side, and Kimmich plays it forward to Leroy Sané, who also is wearing a long-sleeve shirt, as was Musiala, as was Havertz. I've got to say, it's about 23 degrees here in Stuttgart, even though it's getting late in the evening here. Certainly would be in short sleeves today. Fivers out there as Sané into the penalty area. Nice turn, good save by Gulacsi. And Füllkrug thought he was offside on the follow-up and didn't pick it up. It was Kimmich breaking in from that right wing once more. He's really getting forward in this second half, Joshua Kimmich, and that's another good save by Gulacsi as Germany have it just inside their own half.
Yeah, it's a brilliant save from Gulacsi. He was active, he was alert again, and he's palmed it away, and Füllkrug was actually there to tap it home, but he recognised that he was offside, so he got out of the way. Really intelligent play from him just to keep the attack flowing.
Here comes Germany in complete control now. Close control, you might say. It's not on the ball. Rudiger is, as Sané picks it up 25 yards out. He's well closed down by Kleinheisler, but Rudiger picks it up once more, and Here is that man, Tony Kroos, plays it forward. Sane, lovely layoff by Gundogan. Sane once again drives the low shot in, and that time Galacci spilled it, got a hand on it, did enough, sent it behind for the corner, but that easily could have rolled into the bottom corner.
Yeah, it's a lovely bit of combination play on the top of the box from Germany between Ilkay Gundogan and Leroy Sané. Just coming inside, Sané off the right hand side onto his favoured left foot. He gets a little Cruyff placed into the path of him onto his left foot, and it's another brilliant save from Galacci to palm it wide.
So Germany have a corner. Hungary are making this double change just before defending this set piece, which is always a bit of a question mark. But one of the men they're bringing on is 6'3" striker Martin Adam, who can certainly defend well at set pieces as well. And Zoltnodge is also coming on for Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez. And they are straight into the penalty area. Made a tournament debut for Zoltnodge, 31 years of age. Has scored against Germany for Hungary, scored some big goals for them against England as well. They need 2 goals here, Hungary, because they trail 2-0. Germany pushing for the third. Galacci does well on that corner, takes a big swipe at it with his right hand and beats it out to Gundogan, Germany's captain, who scored their second goal to give them breathing space. Very much deserved breathing space in this second half. Here he is once more, Gundogan, here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. A reminder, this game is live on BBC One. You can watch that with our colleagues Steve Wilson and Martin Keown, or join up the 5 Live commentary if you watch through the BBC iPlayer or red button option, as Germany win another free kick. Best part of 30 yards out, central position, and Hungary is here really struggling to respond here.
Yeah, it's just interesting because before Hungary conceded that second goal, I could feel something coming for Hungary. It kind of, the momentum was shifting in their favour. It was a really poor time for them to concede, but a moment of brilliance from Germany, and Germany just do, like you say, Vicky, they look in full control.
Yeah, super team goal from Germany. Gundogan finishing it off. A key involvement in the first goal as well. Hungary wanted it ruled out. They felt Gundogan had fouled Orban before Musiala stuck it away. But he's done his job, and key in that first goal. Germany played to the whistle and Hungary didn't, and that will cost you if the referee and VAR decide not to overturn that decision. So, Tony Kroos is over this. It will be Sane, who was also there with him, and he loops it high over the bar into those white shirt-clad Germany fans behind the goal. Still Germany lead by 2-0, and they are 30 minutes plus added time away from reaching the knockout stages with a game to spare. Here come Hungary. Can they find a response? A late rally. They will feel that their endeavour and the way they've played perhaps deserves at least a goal. Neuer's made some really big saves. Galacci's been busy as well at the other end. But Germany will say, well, you can't deny this is very deserved from us. The scoreline so far as Emre Can goes down and wins a free kick on halfway. We were talking before the game, Izzy, about assessing Germany after the victory over Scotland in Munich, where, as we said, everything that could go wrong did go wrong for Scotland. What else have we learned about how good this Germany side are from this game?
Well, there's so much class and experience on that pitch for Germany. Even when they make changes, there's visible squad depth, a lot of experience, super talented youth as well, and Musiala and Wirtz in particular. But I still don't feel like we've seen a huge test for Germany this evening.
Here they come. Gundogan dispossessed just outside the penalty area, and Willi Orban will bring it forward for Hungary. Advantage played. Wasn't much of an advantage there. And the referee's happy that Germany have won it back pretty quickly. Here is Sane. He's well dispossessed. Emre Can picks it up once more and sends it out to the right-hand side. And Kimmich and Can will send it back once more to Rudiger. And again, it's just so hard to knock Germany out of their stride when they start picking passes and putting them together like this, as they are now, as Furish sends it out to the right-hand side, and Kimmich is there once more. Here is Leroy Sané, back to Kimmich. All the white shirts for Hungary back and deep and defending as this game continues to slip away from them, and the fans of Germany inside Stuttgart Arena once more raise their voices as Sané picks it up on the far side. Kimmich has it now, cuts it infield to Gundogan. 25 yards out, central position, and now Jonathan Tah. Hungary so narrow, little back heel as Fulkrug tries to get on the ball in the area, and he's deemed to have committed the foul there, and Hungary have the free kick inside their own box. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, it would be really interesting if Hungary were just to find a moment in the next few minutes with 11 minutes plus stoppage left. If they could find a goal, really challenge Germany, momentum would shift, I'm sure.
Martin Adam won't keep that ball in though on the right hand side, and the ball goes straight out of play right in front of the Hungary manager Marco Rossi, but it looks as though his counterpart Julian Nagelsmann, who is hidden from our view here in the Stuttgart arena, sitting down in his technical area, is going to start his first major tournament with 2 wins from 2. The youngest manager in Euros history, just 36 years of age, and signing a new deal in April until 2026, which will take him up to the end of their World Cup campaign. Seen by many as a short-term appointment when he arrived as Germany manager back in September of last year, as Hungary win a throw deep in Germany territory and a Mexican wave ripples around the Stuttgart arena. Seen a couple of those at these Euros. The Germany fans certainly enjoying this afternoon, and they might enjoy it even more because Emre Can is bursting forward. Great driving run through the centre of the Hungary half, and here now is Furish, left hand side of the penalty area, went for the curler. They're not enjoying that. Groans and shakes of heads all round because it was shocking. It's behind for a Hungary goal kick.
Yeah, you can just see Nagelsmann, he's back in vision now, and he's not happy with that decision from his substitute Furish at all. It's so much grass to run into. He could have just fizzed the ball across. So he had Füllkrug and Gundogan joining the attack, and Sane at the back post, but he's gone for the shot from a tight angle, and I think that is the type of ruthlessness that Nagelsmann's asking from his team.
Szoboszlai loses the ball for Hungary, and Fiola plays it back to Willi Orban, and he just wipes his face with his right forearm. Atola Fiola certainly improved from Hungary, but they're going to be up against it now. They still have the chance, even if Switzerland avoid defeat against Scotland later, which is coming up this commentary on 5 Live and BBC Sounds from 8 o'clock from Cologne with Alistair Bruce-Ball and Pat Nevin. Huge game for Scotland. But even if Switzerland avoid defeat against Scotland, Hungary could still go through as one of the best third-place sides. But it is really, in many ways, out of their own hands. They'll be relying on results in other groups. But they will feel at least they've given a much better account of themselves, and I don't think their manager, as he did after their first half against Switzerland, will say he was ashamed of his players as Rudiger clears up towards halfway.
Yeah, that'll be both sides, Scotland and Switzerland, be rubbing their hands together now, because you know, if a win for either can place them in a really good position. And looking forward to listening to that later. Always enjoy listening to Pat Nevin and Ali, of course.
Good save. Absolutely. To stay with us for that here on 5 Live as the ball goes out of play for a corner to Hungary over on the far side. If they could get a goal back, as Izzy Christensen, former England midfielder with us here in Stuttgart, says, it might just change the atmosphere inside the stadium, which is starting to become a bit of a party. What can Szoboszlai do here? It's deep. It wasn't a bad one either. Emre Can gets there almost underneath his own crossbar and heads it away. And I tell you what, Manuel Neuer was in a bit of no man's land there.
Yeah, I don't know where Neuer was going, and Emre Can has saved him, because Adam, who's a huge presence at the back post, probably very difficult to mark, is looking to nod it into an empty net, but they've got another one.
And they played it short, and Germany are switching off here, and this won't please Nagelsmann. Good delivery once more by Hungary into the area, this time headed away by Rudiger. Sane brings it down on the edge of his own box, and he was caught there, and Germany will have a free kick. Well, we said, Izzy, didn't we? You know, it's 13 games at major tournaments, they've not kept a clean sheet. Nagelsmann will be furious if they concede here, and he's making another change. Dennis Undav is coming on, and İlkay Gündoğan is going to get a rapturous round of applause.
Another marvellous contribution from a wonderful footballer, İlkay Gündoğan. He's had, a part to play in the first goal. I don't know if it was actually registered as an assist or not, but he had a big part to play nonetheless. And then that clean, tidy finish that Manchester City fans know so well in the second half on the penalty spot, just to guide it home and put his team into safety.
It's been a captain's performance by İlkay Gündoğan. And big cheers for Dennis Undav, who is playing in his home stadium as is Maximilian Mittelstedt, or certainly the home stadium that he played for this season. He's been on loan at Stuttgart from Brighton. 19 goals he scored, 18 in the league. No German player has more goals across Europe's top 5 leagues this season. And Brighton loanee Dennis Undav netted for Stuttgart as they finished runners-up, and they have the ball on halfway. Hugely fairy tale story for Stuttgart as well this season. We mentioned it earlier, but if you've joined us recently on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, they only survived relegation through a playoff the season before last. This season they finished runners-up to Bayer Leverkusen, ahead of the German giants Bayern Munich. What a season it's been for the likes of Undav and Mittelstedt, and they get to play at a home Euros in their home stadium as they're coming down the left-hand side. Here is Mittelstedt, chips the ball across, looking for his Stuttgart teammate Dennis Undav. Again, those club combinations almost coming to fruition, but Hungary get the interception in as the Borzoi now surrounded by pink and purple shirts. He's lost it. Undav looks as though he kept it in from our vantage point, but the decision from the assistant on this near side is that ball spun out of play. Hungary have a throw. 5 minutes plus added time to play. Germany on the brink of the knockout stages.
Yeah, and it's great for Germany and Nagelsmann, because what he's done is he's used his squad, he's used all 5 substitutions, and everybody's getting exposed to the feeling, and that's always, positive in tournament football, is to get your players on the pitch, when necessary. He made that early change with Füllkrug and Sané coming on to just lift the intensity when he felt like it was dropping Nagelsmann, and I think that's a real positive for Germany coming out of this game.
Here is Emre Can, sends the ball over to the right hand side, and Joshua Kimmich, and now in field once more to Jonathan Tah. Positive for Germany as well at the moment. They have Tah and Andrus, who's gone off in yellow cards and not picked up another one. Yellow cards in the first game, I should say, would lead to a ban if they got another one for the next game. There's Germany. Have it once more. Kimmich slides it in, right hand side. Leroy Sané just couldn't take it in his stride. Kimmich will pick it up again, down by the byline, swings it across. Füllkrug's there, header is wide. Difficult chance really, he was in the air, it was a little bit behind him. He was trying to reorientate his body, did manage to meet the ball with his head, but sends it behind, and it is still Germany 2, Hungary 0.
Yeah, the fake pass from Kimmich, it's just dropped the Hungarian defence off, which has allowed him to slip the ball into the path of Leroy Sané to get to the byline. He's looking for the cut back into Undav, but Undav just couldn't get the purchase on the header.
So a double change for Hungary as we enter the final few moments of this game. Barnabas Varga is coming off, and Daniel Gosdog has entered the field of play, and Roland Soloy is replaced by Kevin Chobot. First major tournament appearances for both of them, and Marco Rossi just giving them a bit of experience as well. But let's talk about Soloy as ball goes out of play, and Hungary will have a free kick inside their own half. I mean, we haven't really mentioned him in this second half, but it was his chance inside the opening seconds. Neuer making a big save one-on-one as Hungary started with real intense, and again, of course, whole game to play after that, but could have got Hungary off to the perfect start and just didn't manage to do so.
Yeah, he's been excellent, Shalai. In the first game he stood out to me in the Hungarian team, and then he's done the same tonight as well, and he actually created that chance in the second half of Varga, the Hungarian forward, who had that header back across goal, which was only just over the bar, and had that gone in, it would have made the dynamics of this game really interesting.
Yeah, huge chance missed by Varga. He missed a couple of big ones against Switzerland, and it proved costly. He's done so here as Sané into the penalty area. Good block, sends it behind. It's another Germany corner at the moment. It only looks like one side scoring again. 2 minutes plus added time to play here in Stuttgart. Germany 2, Hungary 0.
Yeah, Sané's had a field day on that right-hand side since he came onto the pitch. He's looked really sharp, really threatening, and I actually expected more from him in that situation. He drove into the box, cut onto his favoured left foot, and he's just tried to slide it into the bottom corner.
Yeah, through the legs of Orban it went, but he got enough of a touch on it, the Hungary defender. As Germany come down this left-hand side, worked it short from the corner, close to Leroy Sané. Very well defended at the back by Hungary eventually, and Szoboszlai will send it forward, and now it is picked up by Chobot, who was brought down by Mittelstadt, was he? Referee's looking to see if there's an advantage to be played, and he'll allow one to be played. In the end, that is good refereeing. Not enough of an advantage for Hungary, so he does call the play back, and It will be a yellow card into the bargain as well for Maximilian Mittelstadt. So Hungary over this free kick. It's played short to Dominik Szoboszlai as they look to get a goal back in these late stages. Neuer comes, he's dropped it, and it's cleared off the goal line. Whistle hasn't gone. Hungary keeping it alive. Oh, could that be a penalty as Emre Can goes in? They're asking for a handball there. Manuel Neuer is appealing as well. Hungary still have it by the halfway line. Shocking ball by Szoboszlai, and Germany stream forward. Well, VAR's got a lot to sort out at the other end. It might have a goal to look at here. Awful ball by Leroy Sané. He had 3 teammates up there with him, the purple and pink shirts, and all of them looked disgustedly at Leroy Sané. As Hungary come forward now, it's getting really open in these late exchanges. The ball bounces all the way through with Manuel Neuer. Well, VAR, I'm sure, are having a look at a couple of incidents in there. Still we play on at the moment. Neuer's got the ball, bowls it out overarm. It's still Germany 2, Hungary 0, and Kimmich has it over the halfway line. And as ever, we play to the whistle.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. I've just seen the replay. The ball's lofted in from Szoboszlai. Neuer's come out again questionably, and the ball is dropped, and it's a clearance off the line by Kimmich. But that would have been a nervy few minutes for Germany if that had gone in.
We're entering 3 minutes of added time here in Stuttgart on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, and that's it, isn't it? As Neuer has the ball outside his own penalty area. Yes, they preserved the clean sheet. Yes, it's only one error, and he's made some very big saves in this game. I'm sure if Nagelmann is asked about it, then that's what he'll point out. But there was another error. It's only a goal line clearance. It stops it being a Hungary goal as Germany come forward, just intercepted before that ball can reach Füllkrug. And Hungary come forward once again with Kevin Chobot. Now Orban sends it back to just outside his own penalty area, and Dardai and Hungary work it down this left-hand side. A little bit of space for Martin Adam just inside the Germany half, and out to the right-hand side. Szoboszlai picks it up. Commentary of Scotland against Switzerland to come here on 5 Live. Live from Cologne with Alistair Bruce-Ball and Pat Nevin. All our build-up starting in 5 Live Sport after the conclusion of this game, as the Germany flags are waving around us once again, and the Hungarian fans raise their voices and clap their hands together away to our right. They're still whirling their shirts around their heads. Those flags are still waving, but they look a little forlorn. They're not out of it yet, Hungary, in terms of qualifying for the knockout stages, but particularly if Switzerland avoid defeat against Scotland later, it's going to be difficult. In that case, they'd only be able to go through as one of the best third-place sides. Germany, with this victory, will be into the knockout stages with a game to spare. Pretty perfect starts for Julian Nagelsmann and the host country. And particularly if they could keep this clean sheet as well, something they haven't done at a major tournament since Euro 2016. And I think at the moment that looks to be the priority, as Rudiger has the ball just inside his own half. 1 minute of added time to play as they play the ball forward. Emre Can can't find Niklas Füllkrug, who applauds the pass rather kindly, I think, because it wasn't the best from Emre Can, but it's been a good performance from Germany.
It hasn't been ruthless though. They could have scored way more goals.
Yep, certainly a talking point and something to improve upon as they go deeper into this tournament and face higher opposition. They want a free kick as Mittelstadt goes down, and it will be a yellow card for Kevin Chobot, the Hungary substitute. And Germany have a set piece inside their own half, and the game is meandering its way to a close here, but that will be a positive for Germany, as Marco Rossi has a yellow card gesture towards him again. Now, we thought he got booked in the first half. Maybe it was another member.
It was a member of staff, yeah.
Technical staff, yeah.
The game was so frantic, I wasn't able to bring that one in, but it was a member of staff, I think, at that decision in the first half.
And there is the full-time whistle. Germany through to the knockout stages with a game to spare. And this near-perfect start to their home Euros continues. They've beaten Hungary by 2-0. Izzy Christiansen.
Yeah, it's overall German efficiency. You know, they've shown their weaknesses at the back, which I still think could be an issue moving forward for Germany, you know, against higher-ranked opposition. But on the whole, 2 moments of class. Musiala was, again, exceptional to watch. İlkay Gundogan, Toni Kroos just running the midfield, and a really, really tough performance from Hungary. They were close in the first half, but they just couldn't break into the final third with enough quality to find that goal.
Germany win back-to-back games at a major tournament for the first time since Euro 2016. They keep a clean sheet at a major tournament for the first time since Euro 2016. Julian Nagelsmann said after the Scotland game, the fans perhaps believe in us a little bit more now than they did before the match. I think that belief is ramping up once more, and you can certainly hear that here in the Stuttgart Arena. It finishes Germany 2, Hungary 0.
Vicky Sparks, Lizzie Christiansen and Robert Huth in Stuttgart for that game between Germany and Hungary in Group A. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff in Cologne for Scotland against Switzerland in the same group. Germany have scored more goals, as Vicky's been telling us, than in any other European Championship group stage. They've got 7, but 5 of them came against Scotland in that opening game. Scotland looking to recover, but Germany absolutely flying in this tournament. And Robert, I just wanted to ask you about Jamal Musiala. It's not anything new that he's a brilliant player, but there is something lovely about seeing a 21-year-old absolutely lighting up this tournament in a home tournament.
Yeah, and he was probably our best player in the last World Cup, really. No, disappointing World Cup. But he's just got pure magic in his feet, hasn't he? The way he glides past players just opens up the game for us. And he just seems really, really nice guy. You know, he comes across really shy, and it's just, yeah, you said wonderful to see.
And Izzy, from Germany's performances so far, they look like they could be a real threat in this competition, pushing their way all the way to the latter stages. Do we feel that the level of opposition has to be factored into that, though?
Yeah, partly so. But I think that, you know, there seems to me like watching this German side against Scotland and then this evening, there's space to grow, and I think that's a really exciting place to be in a tournament. You still feel like there's another gear to get into, and yeah, like you say, Kelly, partly because of the opposition, but I thought Hungary were miles better than Scotland, but Germany were not pressed properly this evening. I'd be very interested to see a German side who are pressed with real intent and how they're going to deal with that. But like I say, I think so far Nagelsmann, he's made some really intelligent decisions for the starting 11 and also for the players that he's brought onto the pitch as well.
6 points already so far after their opening 2 games. Back-to-back wins, as Vicky was telling us, at a major tournament for the first time since Euro 2016. And when you come into a home tournament, Robert, they could work both ways. If Germany hadn't started well, there could be that sort of air of negativity around it, but they're giving the home fans so much to be positive about.
Yeah, I mean, the home fans now obviously give us a massive push, but equally, had we lost the first game, it would have been a big burden for us to turn it around again. So the Scotland game was massive for us, just to make sure the supporters are behind us. And the way we won that game was just perfect. You know, the lads that came on, they scored, the 2 young boys scored. And it just gets everyone on board for hopefully a long tournament.
How do you think they will cope with if they come up against a side who just press them hard?
I've not seen a team that presses hard at this tournament, not consistently for the 90 minutes anyway. I think in terms of that, I don't think we're going to see teams pressing Germany very high. I think the past 2 games we've seen that teams tend to sit off Germany and let Germany sort of have the ball and hit them on the counter-attack. That's what's been sort of happening. But yeah, obviously the team's going to get better and better. But, you know, having said that, you just got to beat the team who's in front of you. You know, you don't need to be the best team of the tournament. It's not about football, and you just need to be better on the day. So that's the way to look at it.
And we talked about Jamal Musiala, and obviously, as we said, he's a developed talent now, even at 21 years of age. He's a key part of this Germany side. But İlkay Gündoğan in there with all his experience, playing the role of captain, and with a big goal for Germany, because there were opportunities for Hungary in this match.
Yeah, I mean, what Kroos allowed Gündoğan to happen is he can play a bit further up. You know, he's a lot more creative when he plays just off the front players. But yeah, Germany still has the problems at the back. We've seen, you know, Hungary creating a few opportunities to score. You know, with a bit of luck, they might go 1-0 up within the first 20 seconds, and then it's a different game. So lots of positives from our point of view, from the German side. But also, you know, when you step back and analyse the game properly, there's things to be improved on.
And Izzy, what everybody here in Cologne wants to know, certainly the ones that are waving their saltires at the moment, is how Scotland would face against Hungary if Hungary perform like that. How difficult will Scotland find them to play against?
I I don't think Scotland fans should be too worried about that game, to be honest. But what I would say is the improvement from this Hungarian team from the Switzerland game to today, massively different. But they're quite passive, but they have got the ability to hurt you. And Soboslai is the key player. But again, today he wasn't in the game enough. But if I'm, in that Scottish camp, regardless of what happens today in their game, they're going to have to try and get a result of some description against Hungary to give themselves a chance. And I wouldn't put it... I think Scotland could beat Hungary, to be honest with you.
Izzy, thank you very much, and thank you very much for an excellent coffee recommendation here in Cologne. Very much enjoyed that this morning. Thank you to Robert Huth as well, and to Vicky Sparks in Stuttgart as Germany beat Hungary by 2-0 in Group A, the second match in Group A.